Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 39 of Blood from a Stone. 39. That means 3 times we have done 13 of these, counting tonight. That's so exciting. In session 13, we met Oksana for the first time as we watched several characters who were drawn to the Paradise Penitentiary witness one of the most transformative Dreadstorms. One that... remember Green?
Yes!
Yeah.
That was great.
It was an amazing one. And Sensei Mark. Sensei Mark and his Geo.
Ah.
The Geo survived longer than Sensei Mark.
That's true.
That was one of the most transformative Dreadstorms we've had. Session 26 was a much smaller and yet, I would say, potentially even more unsettling affair when Siobhan in Merkshire alone went on an adventure and saw the ghost of her sister and the man who killed her and communed with the Phantom himself at the bottom of the pool behind Bitter End. We are now wrapping up our third cycle of 13 episodes in yet another domain here in Heisteles. I don't know. That's cool. I'm just into that. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this show. Also, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't worry. There's a lot that's gone on before, but kind of none of it matters because the characters die fast. I also want to give a quick shout out to everybody. We did fund our Kickstarter. We funded sort of over the level that we were looking for, and so that's, we have this noir book coming out. That'll be sort of we're sort of working on that now. We're super excited about that. We also everyone in this game is playing options that you'll find in that book. There's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. But I did say that I would do something special if we made it to 113% funding, and then we exceeded that. So there's an extra surprise tonight for my hapless players.
Oh no.
Yes.
Not only that, but because this is a multiple of 13, a very cool thing happens for me, which is that my natural 13s count to advance the sweet Dread Clock.
Oh.
Sweet.
A beautiful thing.
I'm glad I was muted because that needed to be censored.
I cannot make deals with myself. I think I can only do stuff like that on Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
That's fair.
We have one coming up too?
I don't know the next one. I really should.
I know there's one in May.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So in any case, we got some fun stuff here tonight. So that's a slightly separate rule. I'll also mention to people, if you don't always watch this show, in this game, natural 1s and natural 20s, they matter like they do kind of in most D&D games. But a natural 13 on any roll, be it attack, ability check, or saving throw, advances the Dread Clock and also has the potential to trigger a horror surge.
Tell them what the dread is.
A dread storm is when one of the other domains of dread kind of crosses over. We actually had one of those. I guess 2 sessions ago, we had 2 horror surges and 1 dread storm, and that was a wild event. One of the horror surges was like guaranteed. The rest of the shenanigans was. I mean, there is so much fun stuff. This is going to be a fun session. I guess the last thing I'll do before we jump into it is open window 11 of this yawn. I guess I'm holding it so it's not really yawn. It's here.
Philip, it is sad that just based on the order of things, we're not going to be opening number 13.
13? I know, I just had that thought.
I can go out of order. I could open 13 now.
It does seem an auspicious night to open the 13th number.
I do 13 and then I go back to 11 and 12.
Because if you don't open 13 now, you're going to open 13 for which game?
For Top Flight.
Oh, well.
That can still make sense.
Yikes.
I guess it's 13. It's 2:13 a night. We'll open out of order. I'm not even opening these every day, so it's okay. So what do we got?
There's no rules anymore.
Yeah, nothing matters. So we have a D100. This would have been super helpful back in our Mercher days, and we will be returning to Mercher. Let there be no doubt. But for now,
Is that a threat?
So that'll be very fun.
What's the special symbol on it?
Oh, this is 3 swords with which one stabs a dragon.
Perfect.
So there you go. And now I have a matching set. Ooh, how exciting.
Ooh.
I can roll a D100. Guys, 68. Not nice.
Ugh.
Oh,
Terrible.
So
Well,
close.
I suppose at this point we should talk about what happened in our last session. You guys are in great shape. Here in our 39th session, we find Sister Mercy in Hystales. She has made a temporary or a sort of uneasy alliance with Igneous, a brick-born gumshoe, and Dr. Soup, a gremlin professor, as well as with a rat folk spirit medium named Whiskerina Vizini Giant Ball. I'm sad she's not here tonight, but we'll have her back unless she somehow is killed as an NPC. That would be... Guys, don't let that happen. This group sort of came together. They're trying to find out sort of why they're being targeted by certain dark events. They've also come to the realization that perhaps there is something to the idea that there are different domains, different realms beyond those mists. Dr. Soup has realized that maybe this Sister Mercy might be sitting on something valuable, something worth looking into. And he's feeling a little bit compelled to look into that. Interestingly, though, the entire group there is extremely compelled by a small gnomish woman named Just Jenny in a black dress with a black hat and a veil over her face. She was being attacked by this horrific, monstrously large undead, and you all fought this creature. You destroyed it. It never attacked any of you once. It just kept trying to kill her, but between you all sort of pulling it back and cutting it down, and Whiskerina using some healing magic to heal your new friend, she survived, and she's so grateful. And she's let you lead her back into Dr. Soup's office. And all 4 of you, when listening to the tearful words, have completely bought into the fact that she needs your help. Lots of things can motivate people in Hystales. The most dangerous is when you're trying to help someone. So, I suppose we should also mention that before they reached this university where they're doing this research, the group also met Hattie Ford, who is Igneous's office mate, though they just met for the first time. And Hattie went off to cease to some matters, but she will be rejoining the group soon, and we will check in with her and Dan's new character in just a moment, right after I read tonight's invocation. This is a fun one. Some film scholars would not want me to read this tonight, but I think it's completely appropriate. Okay. So that was Mrs. Lundegard in there, and I guess that was your accomplice in the wood chipper, and those 3 people in Brainerd, and for what? For a little bit of money. There's more to life than money, you know. Don't you know that? And here you are, and it's a beautiful day. Well, I just don't understand it. So, Hattie, you walk onto the campus at Hystales University, Hi-U, as I think they call it. You knew that
Would question. So then, if there was only one, if there weren't a bunch of different schools in the university and it was just one college, would it be High C?
This was discussed a fair bit last week.
Okay.
I suppose people can say that. It technically is a university because it has a postgraduate program.
Right.
But I'm sure there's a Heistalese college of something. In any case, Hattie, you knew that strange gremlin was leading the rest of them here. Whether you are coming to continue looking into this woman with that mysterious mist in her arm, or whether you want to make sure Igneous pays for the damage to the office, because clearly that was his people who brought that, and
His doing.
and not the fact that you killed a spider. We will.
I was just helping him out. He seemed very perturbed by the spider.
That's entirely fine. You have brought your smoky form here to Heistalese University, and you've also brought a friend. So Dan, if you could go ahead and describe your character to us.
My character is Mikey Santangelo. He's a dwarf. He's about like 4.5 feet tall. Well-groomed beard, kind of slick back, comb back hair. He's wearing a suit with a nice got a little bit of stripes in it, little pocket squares. Right now he's wearing his dress shirt's a little unbuttoned. His bow tie is untied. You could say it looks very, very similar to the way I am dressed right now. He's got a debonair air about him, you know.
Oh my gosh, I'm this is
He's a very little fellow.
Go into Heistalese was a good idea, you guys. So as you
Heistalese, baby, you can't get away.
How tall is Hattie?
Hattie?
Yeah.
I envisioned her as like fairly tall, like 5'10", 5'11".
So yeah, you have this like.
And then in heels, she's over 6
Yeah,
feet.
this supermodel height, kind of like explorer, sort of very well dressed, but her skin is just wreathed by just black smoke with kind of a little bit of a sheen on it in places. And she is walking in, and then walking with just as much swagger next to her is this dwarf, Mikey Santangelo.
Well, the thing is that because if we have the same amount of swagger, because I'm a smaller guy, it's actually like more condensed.
The swagger is condensed. That is probably not untrue.
It's highly concentrated.
So, as the two of you walk across campus, it's night. There was a rain, but the rain has let up, and now there's kind of that, just it's all very kind of picturesque in the cinematography with like the sheen on all of the concrete. But I would say that just based on kind of general sense of things, it wouldn't take you too long to find the building where sort of the various faculty offices might be. You do notice the Falco Center for the Performing Arts. Mikey, I don't know if perhaps you would have played in their auditorium if you've ever played at this school.
Oh, they get me on tours all the time.
Sure. Yeah. So you would definitely be familiar enough with the campus that you could probably guide Hattie at least to the building where like the those faculty would have their offices and such. And in fact, when the two of you enter, you discover that the power seems to have been cut to this building. The lights are off in the hallway. What are your passive perceptions? I think Hattie's is pretty not a joke.
Mine's 14.
14, yeah. Mikey?
I got a 10. People are usually busy perceiving me.
He doesn't need to look. Hattie, I will say that you do notice that in a hallway there is a body. This body has been cut and stabbed in multiple places. Looks like it was like a pretty big guy, maybe like 6'4", male. Rotted, looks like it was I think it looks very rotted and messed up. If you want to investigate it, you could learn more. But I will say that you guys see that shortly after walking in here and realizing all the lights are out. There's still light kind of coming in, so it's all sort of dim light from outside. Light streaming in through the halogen lamps through like the windows. But there's definitely a sense that there was just a fight. There's just this corpse lying in the middle of the university hallway.
So can I investigate the body?
Please do so.
What role am I using?
That would be investigation.
Investigation? Okay, excellent. 14?
With a 14, you look the body over and you are pretty confident with the 14 that this person has been dead for a while. Perhaps not years, but certainly has been in the ground for a while. This was a corpse, so you suspect that this was some people killing an undead or destroying an undead as opposed to having like rotted a person to this point with magic or something. The dirt and ratted clothing and conditions like this support that theory.
Do I think it's undead or like a mummy?
I would say with a 14, it doesn't look mummified. You would suspect this is. I mean, people in Hystales like animate the dead for various reasons, so it's not unheard of to see a zombie walking around here or there. So it would be. You suspect it was a. It's not common, but with your various proficiencies, you'd be aware of the possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Hattie, this is your kind of business, doll. I don't want to get my hands dirty here.
We both know you get your hands dirty.
That's half of the show, though. Usually, I like to be alive.
Do I think I can tell like what killed him?
Ooh,
like,
sure.
What kind of
make a medicine check.
Okay. Motherfucker, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes!
Oh, that's early. Nice.
That is early. That is a straight up 13.
Spreading
I have
the
no bonuses.
Medicine for us right now.
All right. Well,
Y'all.
good days.
These
Happy to be
dice.
here again. All right. So, first of all, please. Oh, yeah. Dan, could you do that? Could you do that on her behalf?
Yeah.
Yes. Also, Liv, I have to get you your D13. I keep forgetting.
It's a 9, sadly.
It's a 9. Fair enough. Okay. Well, the dread clock has advanced. So early and so delightfully. So. With a 13. You know this person was hit with a war pick. You guess they were electrocuted somewhat. You see some carbon scoring. I'm kind of asking my players does anybody remember who got the kill shot on this person last week?
That was It was Sister Mercy, right?
No, it was not. It was actually you. It was you. Do, however, notice that the fingers have been severed, and actually with a 13, you probably don't know that's what killed it, but it was knuckle wrapped to death.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my goodness.
It had 1 HP, and she hit it with her sword cane. So in any case, you see its fingers are missing. So typically it looks like it was maybe some electrical something. So perhaps that implies spells, but also just stabbed and bludgeoned.
So a bit overkill.
Likely.
But, they accomplished their goal.
If they stayed alive, was it really considered overkill? Whatever gets the job done.
Let's see.
As you all, with a 14 passive, Hattie, I think at this point you also might notice, like the glow.
I was gonna say, can I look around the room?
Yeah, as you look around the hallway, actually make a. This would weirdly not be at disadvantage. Make a perception check though.
Okay.
This one's not at disadvantage, even though it is dim light, for a reason we'll get to in a moment.
24. That was nat 20.
Nat 20. As you look around the room, you do notice that coming from under one of the doors is a soft glow, as if of like a lantern, like a portable lantern. So one of these offices you think is occupied and recently. Like you see the lamp like illuminating.
Can I tell which office it is? Like what the door says? No,
you can definitely see the office if you'd like to. Wait, you got a 24 perception.
Mm-hmm.
The door of it reads Dr. Arnold Soup, or Professor Arnold Soup. It also reads Professor Vizini Giant Maw.
Remind me, I met Dr. Soup the last time.
Yeah, did meet Dr. Soup. You recall him. I think you gave him better liquor than Igneous was providing.
Hey.
Right. He was a gin drinker. All right. I'll gesture to Mikey and we'll go and, have your, do you have a weapon?
Who needs a weapon when I've got my beautiful looks?
Very well. I'm going to grab my whip.
Okay.
And then very carefully, knock on the door.
So we will
Very lightly rap.
Join the rest of you as basically
move through the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Cameron goes. Yeah. Dolly through wall. Interior Dr. Soup's office night. Whiskerina is lighting a lantern right now. I would imagine you've all helped. You've helped Jenny into whatever the nicest.
Yeah, I've given her my chair, of course.
Chair would have been, or if you have a couch or whatever, kind of whatever the most comfortable
no
seat. She has sat there. She does have this sort of large bag with her, which she is, she very specifically picked up and she has with her now. She has she's pulled out of it a long cigarette holder. And she's now lit a cigarette, which she is, smoking from this thing that's probably a good foot long. And she's just saying, "Thank you. I thank you all." But when the knock comes at the door, she gasps, looking nervously.
So, who's at the door?
Oh, I don't know. I'll pick up my war pick again and sort of walk towards the door.
Okay.
Who's there?
Would I
Office
be able to
hours are
recognize
closed.
his voice?
I would say
hear
you
it?
recognize his voice, yes.
Okay, I'll go. Oh, what a relief. It's Hattie.
And I open the door. Hi.
Hello, darling. Is that your handiwork outside?
Some of it. Is this, looking past her at Mikey, is this the antiquities you want to investigate?
Oh! He is a bit antiquated. This is...
Worth investigating, if you know what I mean.
This is Mikey.
Mikey Santangelo, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Charmed, I'm sure. Come on inside. We should get you out of the hallway. We don't know if there's more of those things out there.
Is there a story to that one?
Somehow connected to our dear friend we've just met here.
Jenny.
She was in trouble. Yeah.
Just Jenny.
We just got her in. We were about to sort of make sure she's alive still, which she appears to be. Also, what
I'm
is
alive, thanks.
going on?
Thanks to all of you.
Hey, no problem. I mean, remember, I started this whole heroic act of saving you, but it's no big deal.
You need a white horse.
Oh,
What he needs is a large wallet.
Hey, Hattie, how you doing?
Hi. We need to discuss the bill for that office later.
Yeah, I hope you're gonna cover it. I mean, you killed the spider.
Excuse me. You are making a very, very poor attempt to do that yourself. I simply helped you out. I had no way of knowing what sort of trouble you were bringing upon us, but we can discuss that another time.
well, maybe we can ask Dr. Soup to be the arbitrator. He also shares an office.
Yeah, and Hattie, just so there's like one side of this office that is fairly well kept. It's like not the most clean, but it's pretty orderly.
Oh,
And then there is just a total mess on the other side.
Um,
Like a real rat's nest, as it
Oh,
were.
I'm taking it in.
And in fact, you do see Whiskerina Vizini Giant Mall. She's like, I think she said she's 2.5,
2 feet
3
tall.
feet. Yeah, she's this very tiny rat folk wearing. I think she described it as a terrible wig. She's in a dress that is made of scale mail that's like clinking as she walks around. And she is sort of like just trying to make sure that Jenny is okay. Saying she's going to make some tea on her hot plate. Then she realizes there's no power. She can't turn on the hot plate. Jenny assures her this is fine. But Whiskerina is kind of sitting down and she's going to kind of try to commune or meditate for a few minutes here. Just to try to see if she can get any more guidance on things. Meanwhile, Jenny calls Sister Mercy over to her.
Yes.
Do you know these people? This dwarf and this smoking one?
Yes, they share an office with the smoke girl, she shares an office with the small, sturdy one.
Do you
Igneous.
trust her?
Do I trust her?
I don't know. Do you?
Can I make that decision?
You can absolutely make that decision.
I believe so.
If she's your friend and you're my friend, I'll trust her too. Thank you. Thank you all so much. She just smokes. She's giving Mikey a look for a while. But she doesn't seem to she just kind of smiles at both of them, but kind of just lets
I'll
herself-
give her a look back.
She kind of sinks into the shadows. She just kind of nods to you, Mikey. But she will kind of say, well, it's so good of you all to save me. I'm in a very bad way, and I need all the help I can get.
I mean,
Well, we can certainly help you.
Thank you. I just-
What seems
exactly
to
do you
be the
need?
issue?
I've gotten wrapped up with someone awful. There's just so many orphans in this city, and I just want to save them. If you think about orphans, they don't have anybody.
What a kind heart there you got.
I try. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. I'm just trying to do something good.
So who would have stopped you from helping orphans?
The law. Or rather, the judge.
Oh,
Judge.
Judge
the
Blunder.
judge.
Ugh. What did he do to you?
Well, you know him?
Yeah, we know him.
He sent his undead goons after me.
I mean, why would he do that? Like, orphans. I mean, there's got to be something else tied to it.
Because I know something I shouldn't. I just need help.
Well,
I
look,
know.
there's one thing I know. You never get involved with things you shouldn't be getting involved in.
But you should always get involved when it comes to helping the less fortunate.
You know, call him A, call him B, but let's see where this goes.
I've learned how he does it. I've learned how he controls them so good. All those dead people.
How does he do it?
She looks around the room at all of you, kind of giving you these deep, probing looks. It really seems like she's wondering if she can trust you. You can see her eyes kind of narrow as she studies your individual faces. There's a true sense that she is really trying to to look into your soul, to sort of sense your actual morality. For Igneous, Sister Mercy, Dr. Soup, and Whiskerina Vizini Giant Mall, not pictured. This is one of the most stressful moments of your life. All you want is this woman's approval. All you want is a feeling that she feels like she can trust you. For Hattie and Mikey, it is definitely a probing look.
Can I cloud myself in smoke?
Actually, she technically would have disadvantage because you are like any looking at your face is a disadvantage. Yep. Okay. But there is kind of a moment where she seems to she looks at Mikey a bit, but looking back at you, there is a sense of, even so, she seems very earnest in this attempt she's doing to see if she can trust you. It's just so awful. He does it. He does it with his records.
What do you mean? The records play music, or records you store information?
Yeah, like a rap sheet, like blackmail.
No. He's got a phonograph. A real magic one.
What is this phonograph? What does it do?
A record player. I think he's got a radio on it too. Sometimes he gets broadcasts from
radio. What is
places.
This? What do you mean other places?
I don't know. Like I said, I just learned about things I shouldn't have, and I'm in trouble. He's listening to other kinds of things, and they tell him awful stuff.
Wait, let me figure this out. This phonograph, you listen on it. Is this right?
It just plays
Donald,
records.
where you from? You never heard of a phonograph?
Yeah, don't they
I'm
play,
not from here.
Don't they play records at the convent or the Bad Dragon?
I do not know what this Bad Dragon is, but we sing
We gotta take that.
At the convent. I'm not sure I want to go to this Bad Dragon.
I know the owner. If you want, I got a personal room there if you ever want to go.
Can we please focus? So this thing plays music.
But he plays these awful things. I heard some of them. It hurt me. And now he knows I know. And I was trying to take it. I'm just trying to take it so we can't use it.
We must get this phonograph. It may be a connection to where I am from and where you are from. If it plays the music, music that this thing has could be magical or harmful. We need to get it.
You're right. We gotta get it. We gotta get it away from him.
If you don't mind me asking, Jenny, what type of songs was he playing on this phonograph?
It wasn't only songs. You see, it was words. It was chanting. It was all sorts of stuff. I'm scared. I don't want to think about it anymore.
Hey, it's fine. You're gonna be okay with us. Don't worry about it.
They've been following me, and I need help. But you're all so strong, and you all did so good against that brute. I know yous can do it.
Okay. I think we're going to do this, but we just need to be methodical about this, because last time we were in there, I got shot a lot, and I would like to not repeat that experience.
You know, you all know the judge? Then you know how bad he is. You know how awful he is.
Yeah.
I will also say that Mikey and Hattie, though the two of you were not present, Judge Blunder's reputation is well known in town.
Oh, I've performed for him many a time.
You've probably performed at Blunderland for sure, and he's come to see you in shows.
Are we sure we can trust her?
Yeah.
Of course we can.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you can trust me about this. I promise. I promise.
I'm intrigued by the phonograph. Would I know of any broadcasts or anything that might sound remotely like chanting
Ooh, interesting. Make a
in my travels?
Sure, make a history check.
8, so probably not.
Unfamiliar. You don't listen to the radio too much. I mean, come on.
Sorry,
For
Sister
live music.
Mercy.
Mhm.
Sister Mercy would not know what radio is, right?
No.
Okay, just checking. I thought so, but
Yeah. You don't know what phonograph or radio is. You haven't heard of any of this. You're very
no
confused.
idea.
When I've been in Blunderland, have I ever seen anything like this floating around?
Ooh,
Hearing
good
about?
question. I will say, you have seen phonographs in various rooms. But she seems to be describing a special one, and you, I mean, you can mention this, but no RP required. It sounds like she's describing a different model.
There's something more than something run of the mill that I would see lying about.
Oh no, it's really kind of awful looking. It's this sort of dark wood with these red whorls going through it, and it's got speakers on it, built into the curved. It's about she gestures much larger on her size, but it seems to basically be maybe like 18 inches across, a foot tall, kind of like a pretty big, think like a big like ink or a laser jet printer or something, like a big, or just, I guess people have turntables again. It's a record player.
This is like a very large music box. Is it not?
That's one way to put it.
You really don't know what a phonograph is?
Like I said, I am not from here.
They really should. let
She's
those
really
guys
not
out.
from around here.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh.
It's like a music box, but it can play. You can play all sorts of things.
And are we supposed to get this, destroy this?
Oh, I think we should get it. I mean, maybe there's good things we could do with it.
I could see that.
Maybe there's other kinds of records you could play. But whatever we do, we can't let him have it.
All right,
So-
well, we need to make a plan then.
Yeah, it's not just any day you can walk into the judge's house and steal an item. Well, I mean, could bust through the wall again, but I don't know. Sounds crazy.
Is the judge a religious man, perhaps?
Not of any nice religion, I don't think.
Well,
I suppose he did imprison a nun, so...
I mean, I've heard him get down on his knees before, but not in that kind of capacity.
What do we know, Philip? Like, what can we explain to Sister Mercy about the judge? Because I don't think we really got an opportunity to share that.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I mean, Igneous, you've met him. Mikey's performed for him. Judge Blunder is an 11-foot tall troll. And he is he's extremely like muscled and well built for a troll. He wears his sort of black robe. Unlike most trolls one would imagine, he is fastidiously clean. And he is constantly being like having like his nails sort of, nicely trimmed and sharpened, his hair, which grows at rapid rates, kind of tied back or, like weird. He appreciates good grooming, and he's constantly being groomed all the time. And he tends to, he's a very known, very corrupt figure in town. In Hystales, that means he keeps getting reelected. Maybe that's because of Crooked buying the elections. Maybe it's just because people appreciate him. Maybe it's kind of both. But in any case, yes, he is a that is his.
Sounds like getting tangled up with him is a bit of a hairy situation.
Does that turn back the dread clock?
Uh,
That was a good trope.
puns should. Puns should turn them back.
Yeah, little pun.
Oh, no way.
I don't think Philip will because he knows what I do.
13 puns turns it back.
No. No, because
No one wants to incentivize puns.
I mean, some
Dan
of
will
us
never
do.
stop.
No.
I mean,
You don't have to incentivize something that the group is going to do for free.
Yeah. The problem is that between Dan and me,
Yeah.
Also, you're going to
We'll
go
set the
backwards so
problem so
far
far
you
it'll
hit
hit
13
13.
faster.
exactly.
Yeah, so if you go back, you'll trigger an old one.
I feel like we'll set it back until it hits 13 if we do that.
It's a bad idea.
Sorry.
Scratch that.
So, question, Philip. Would it be reasonable in my office for me to keep toolkits I am proficient with?
I would think yes, you'd have any toolkits you're proficient with, sure. This is your home base. That seems perfectly fine.
Okay. So I'll sort of like open up a closet, like sort of, and inside there is smith's tools, glassblower tools, thieves' tools, navigator tools, calligrapher's supplies, and cobbler's tools. And I'll sort of like pick up the thieves' tools. So I can probably get us in a little sneakily with these. I mean, the rest of this is not necessarily that useful, but an army travels on its feet, so I'll take the cobbler's tools as well. So if we want to go stealthily, I could maybe sort of pick some locks or something so that we can kind of make a more quiet entrance than we did exit last time we were there. If that's part of the method.
Just whatever you do, be careful. I don't want anything to happen to any of you.
And quick question, Philip. How many people work for the judge, like at his compound?
I mean, there were a good number of skeletons coming out after you guys when you were running away. You would think there's probably a few dozen, all told. They're cheap labor.
Okay.
That butler, of course, is a little more formidable than some of the others, but
Philip, would it be possible, also while we're in the midst of starting to plan this, would it be possible for me to take a moment to try to clear my mind?
Sure.
Just because I used my flow during our last.
Oh, well, yeah, you should just do that as whenever the...
We just ended and I didn't.
Yeah, go ahead and do that as your end of flow. End of flow scenario.
Oh, although can I use my scholar pin yet?
You can, yes. You have a tune to
So
that
I will
now.
use that to succeed instead.
To succeed, so basically you've recharged it. Once per day has a magic item that lets a professor keep their flow charged, regardless of what they roll. Perfect. So,
All right, so what's our plan, folks? I mean, we do have an advantage that many of us are small in stature, so we might be able to sneak a little bit more. We also do have several cover stories that could be offered here. Sister Mercy could be spreading the good word. Hattie could be bringing some sort of antiquity for his collection. Mikey, you might be coming for a performance. There's all kinds of things that we could kind of set up here.
I could maybe.
Does he collect
in
anything?
house?
He collects anything that's like valuable, anything he thinks other people want, he wants. So he has plenty of, very valuable things at his compound for sure.
Real NFT guy.
Yeah. And I will also say that Jenny will tell you that his the phonograph is in his private study.
Well, I mean, this does sound pretty risky and all, but I mean, if it's going to do the world good to get this, phonograph out of the judge's hands, then, I'm just kind of wondering, Jenny, like, do you have any specialties or anything that you could offer to the heist?
I can't go back there. He's looking for me.
I mean, do you got anything for us in that bag then? I mean,
I have something in the bag that well, I trust you all. She opens the bag. she pulls out a phonograph record. It is in a sort of very plain kind of white sleeve. And says, this was here at your school. I was coming here just because I didn't want him to get his hands on this one. I heard him saying that he might be able to learn even more from this.
Could I take a look at it?
Sure. She hands it to you.
Can I make heads or tails of this?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Gremlin, Infernal, and Dwarvish.
Number 3 will be of use to you. In Infernal. You see that there are some sigils sort of written on this disc, on this kind of, I think at this time they might have, maybe they were starting to do vital. I think they were often just shellac at this point. But as you look at this record, kind of like there is sort of like a big sticker in the center of it, and sort of written in infernal sigils, is basically the word Lich.
Lich?
Lich.
Lich, okay.
And I would say, given just the fact that you're a professor, will say that you automatically understand what such a thing is. I want you to actually roll. You do speak the language, so you can just roll this flat. Roll an investigation check on this.
Sure. That's a 9.
There are other symbols, and like you understand what the words are saying, but just in context they don't quite.
Like I can understand it, but I can't translate
like
it.
You're not really sure why it's saying like table and why it's saying like Tuesday. You're not sure what it's trying to indicate.
Okay. So this is definitely in Infernal. Which does sort of maybe lead to the idea that there's some power in here. Could also just be a record. But I'm going to take sort of more cautious approach, given that our good sister Mercy here has sort of said that it's possible for these words to have power, but there definitely seems to be a particular song here. Now, I don't have all of the phrase, so it's probably fine to say that the word Lich is there, which is sort of a very powerful undead, usually magical. At least in things that I have read. I haven't really encountered one up close and personal. But I would need some more time to study the rest of it. Some of these sigils are a little more antiquated, perhaps, to kind of make sense of the whole phrases here and song titles on this record.
Does
I'll
anyone
take a
else
look at it.
Do you speak Infernal?
Yes.
You may
Sure,
go ahead.
sure.
You may also roll an investigation check.
That is a 16.
You got a +3 on. You got a +3 investigation. Right?
No, I have a +5.
I know you tell
Sorry.
me. I just want it so bad every time. Okay, fair enough. Hattie.
You'll know when I roll a 13.
Looking at it a little more closely, it doesn't appear to be as what you would expect to find on a record, like a listing of songs. Like the main thing that's written is Lich, and then there's all these other little words written under it, and they're very mundane. They seem to be almost like just trying to provide additional context. I think you have a sense that perhaps it is simply describing, like, the most important thing is that this record is Lich, and the other information is it's almost like giving you like a date and a location.
Oh, I see.
But it doesn't
Am I
give you
familiar
a
with
specific
Lich?
date. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Let's check. Yes, I am.
Then yeah, no rolls required on that. You know what a lich is for sure.
So, I mean, can we listen to it?
We must be careful with these things.
I would not.
I don't.
I mean,
know
can someone
that-
fill us in as to why we shouldn't be listening to this thing?
I mean, I don't.
If
I'm not sure that it would be incredibly dangerous unless you had the phonograph he has. But I
Oh,
trust
so
all
you
if
think that
if you think it'll help and you can find a record player that'll work, I did cut the power to the building. I'm sorry.
I mean, is there like a little, does she just have the record, or does it come in came in a sleeve?
There's a sleeve, yeah.
Is there like any song listings in there, like
It
any
is-
lyrics?
It is not a published thing. It's like a generic
Okay.
blank sort of sleeve. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, the only writing on it is written like directly on it, just on the sticker, basically saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we could check the music department. They might have a more hand crank Victrola model.
Sure, and I mean, she also hasn't cut the power to the entire building, so yeah, you guys could go over to the Falco Center and get and listen to it there if you wanted.
I mean, I know that backstage like the back of my hand.
Well, then lead the way, Mikey.
I'd love to, darling. Everyone's ready, shall we? I don't mean to rush, ladies. I don't mean to rush you at all.
Is it okay? And Whiskerina will actually stay here with her. She doesn't feel quite up to traveling. Whiskerina will probably even give her a little more healing in the meantime.
Yeah, I'll go over to another drawer in my desk and open it and set down a glass and a bottle of brandy, and just sort of say, "Make yourself comfortable. We'll be back."
She takes your hand for a moment. Thank you. You're just so kind.
It's just common decency, but thank you.
It's in short supply these days.
Before we go, can I take out a cigarette and light it off of Jenny's?
Oh, sure. She'll certainly facilitate that. And then with that, you guys are gonna head over to the Falco Center. The night feels a little edgier. As you both go, though, actually, wait, will she? Hold on. I gotta think about this. She'll let you two go.
she'll let them.
Let
Oh,
us
yeah.
go?
Wow.
She's fine to let this. They seem to want to do this, and that's great.
Majority
So
consensus.
you all head over to the Falco Center, and there are some rehearsal rooms. Mikey knows them like the back of his hand, which at this college is a little upsetting, but sure. I sure know my way around that college performing center.
I've been through here many a time,
Sure.
I've performed here a bunch.
Of course.
I've even I've come in for some clinics with some of the students. I love to volunteer my time.
and noble of you to have done so.
Amazing such a large ego can fit in such a small body, isn't it?
It's amazing what other things can fit in here too.
Ay, Dios
What
mío.
does that even mean? I don't know that means anything.
Scandalize the nurse, Mickey.
I do not want to know.
Oh, she's a nurse, eh? I thought she was more of a religious thing.
Oh, sorry. Sister.
Either one
No.
either one is quite.
Ay.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's just keep walking.
Perfect.
She's married to God, Mickey. Mikey.
Number of times I've heard that before. I don't know. Anyway, here's a record player. Let's see what we got here.
All right. So yes, you are in a. We'll have this be maximum creepiness. You're in like a dance rehearsal room. So it's like one wall is just a mirror. Highest passive here is a 14 for Hattie. Is that correct? Highest passive perception.
I have 13. Does that mean anything tonight?
No. Yeah. All right. None of you notice, but sort of the camera does an eerie. So there's like an eerie, there's an eerie wide shot here where the sort of the five of you gather around this, and there's one extra figure in the mirror watching. Handsome guy.
And none of us notice the figure?
None of you do notice this passively. Although actually, Hattie, if you're purposefully looking around the room, I can allow you to make a roll.
I would always be looking around.
All right, so Hattie, go ahead and do just a glance around the room.
So before you said that, I was gonna say that like while they're setting up the record player, I'm like going over to the mirror and like combing my hair and making sure that it's good.
Yeah.
This is a perception check.
Perception.
That is a 20.
20. Hattie, you look in the room and you do a brief like you see something that's in one side and not the other. It's like Mikey's looking at himself combing his dwarvish locks. But as you sort of like you look and see that like behind him in the mirror is a man, and you look back and there's no one, and then when you look at the mirror there's no one there. There was this very kind of like handsome guy kind of standing back in the shadows, just kind of watching. With a 20, it seemed like he was looking at actually Dr. Soup across the way, just kind of staring at him.
Do I have any idea of what he looks like? Like he's handsome, so can I make out features?
I'll say with a 20, you got some features. He's a human, very kind of like tall, very matinee idol good looks. Just like a handsome kind of guy.
Very matinee what?
A matinee idol. Like a movie star. Even though he was kind of dressed in sort of like...
God bless you.
Kind of like a not as nice, kind of a little bit more like... Not as nice leather jacket, just looked a little looked a little rumpled, but still very handsome despite that. Almost because of it in some ways.
Dr. Soup, do you know anyone else who works here, like a tall man by any chance? Fairly good looking.
I mean, there's a lot of people that work here taller than me. So that's sort of a relative term, but handsome.
Perhaps a bit rumpled in appearance, but easy on the eyes.
No, not that works here. I don't think there's anyone here that works here that matches that description.
Do you know someone who does?
I mean, I've met people like that, sure.
None that would... I could have sworn I saw someone in the mirror just now.
Well, according to Whiskerina, these places are haunted. So, might have been one of these ghosts she's always talking about. I doubt it, because I don't think they're real. But she puts a lot of stock in it. And this is her domain, after all.
You don't believe in ghosts?
No, not especially.
The undead can walk, so why not a ghost?
Perhaps I'm a little more tactile. Oh, an undead is just a body that has energy flowing through it.
Where does the energy go when it's dead?
Into another form of matter, I suppose.
Hey, let's cut the philosophy here. Can we listen to the record or what?
Sure enough, Mikey, you've got the record
imagination.
sort of set up over by the bar or whatever. The bar, not the...
Yeah.
And you...
Let's have a good time, you know?
You can... Oh, Lord. So you're going to play this record.
Oh, yeah.
Grand. That crackly kind of... begins. And suddenly, kind of almost like mid-word, you hear a somewhat muffled voice, sort of saying, "It's rather good of you to be here. I hope that your journey was not too unsettling." The voice sounds almost familiar to Dr. Soup and to Hattie. And then all of you, whatever hair you have on your bodies, or pebbles in the case of Igneous, stands up straight as this voice replies. This voice unlike anything you've ever heard.
happy to have been invited.
Wonderful. That's very good news. Very interesting. Was your journey unpleasant?
No, not at all. I had many amusements to pass the time.
Very well. So what can you tell me about Ignador?
You are curious about my home.
Yes, very much.
Well, consider yourself invited there, provided you can find your way.
For Dr. Soup and Hattie, this inhuman voice that is speaking definitely sounds dead, definitely sounds ancient and powerful, and based on what you have both read there in stark, infernal runes, you believe you are hearing a lich speak.
Well, that's unsettling.
The voice asks the Lich various questions about this realm called Ignador. Sister Mercy, you have recently come upon a book called Dread Magics of Dead Eknador. This was back in Merkshire.
Yes.
You're pretty sure this is the same place. So you believe that you are listening not to a collection of songs, but to someone's recorded and pressed experience speaking to a lich, not from this domain.
Okay, so I comprehend that in spite of not understanding the technology.
Yes.
Okay.
Technology is probably freaking you out on top of everything, but I think you've been pretty on top of things.
Okay.
The conversation continues, and who here is proficient in insight?
Not me.
Not me. Dang it.
Oh, Mikey is, you know?
I am as well.
Then Mikey and Dr. Soup, please roll me insight, and Igneous as well. I would like for the three of you to roll me insight checks, kind of over this conversation you're hearing.
Because my backstage pass, I also got to add a D4 to that.
Hey.
You do, because you're backstage pass.
Natural 13.
Yes, baby.
No!
Pierce.
I scared my dog.
Pierce, I've never needed you to be Pierce more than I need you to be right now.
No.
This is
No.
not
Oh, that means I'll roll 12s.
That's true.
You don't want me to be me.
I really need a 13 here tonight.
But it's a 17.
Ha.
A what?
Sorry, that's a 17 for my
17
insight,
for
but
the
you need
other
me to roll a
two.
d13.
I need you to roll a 13, yes. A 17. What did you have for your insight, Mikey?
20.
Okay. And Igneous, what was yours?
5.
5. Igneous, this is too creepy. You're not following any of this.
You have gotten your wish.
A 13?
Oh!
Yes.
Oh shit.
This is literally the first time I've rolled this die.
Oh.
It's to go down.
All
It's
right.
down.
This makes this the best that it can be. Okay, so guess
Wow.
what? Horror surge. Dr. Soup, I need you to roll a 13 one more time.
The d13?
Yes. Wait a second. This is happening. Actually, wait. Okay. First of all, roll any die. Evens or odds. I'm gonna give this even odds. Tell me if it's even or odd. Just any die except the D13.
I got you.
Yeah.
Evens.
Evens. Okay, yes, roll a D13. I was considering, I'm like, they're listening to Ignador. Should I roll on the Ignador table instead? That's too much. It's too much.
5.
5. Fun. Ooh, fun.
Ooh, baby.
All right, so,
Here we go.
at this point, on the tape, or on the, not tape, on the record. With your 17 and your 20, Dr. Soup and Mikey, you can tell that this...
I like 21, I forgot my Jack of all trades.
Perfect. Then with a 21... Oh, Jack of all trades is great, right?
That's great, yeah.
You all hear this... You all can tell that the person on this recording is dancing around a question they want to ask. And basically, what they're asking is... It seems, though, that you committed to memory. I'd heard from one who communed with you before. You know dread words. Is that correct?
I do.
Can you share those with me? Can you tell me of paradise? Can you tell me of blood from a stone?
Are you sure you're ready to hear that, Professor?
Yes, I think I am. Mikey and Dr. Soup, the two of you are having this sensation that this is a person asking for something really powerful and dangerous. Okay. If either of you wish to, all you have to do is take the needle off the record. I'll basically say, Mikey, especially over 20, you're hearing both. You're hearing like true recklessness and true, like desperation for something that sounds dangerous. Like that voice sounds both terrified and desperate to hear this.
So I'll lift the needle for a second.
Okay.
And I'll look at everyone else and go, look, I don't know a goddamn thing about what they're talking about here, but what I can tell you is that something about, you don't want to know too much about things that you shouldn't be knowing too much about. And I know a lot about not knowing too much. If we keep going here, we may learn a lot too much. I want to make sure y'all down for that.
Mr. Sancinella, you can never know too much.
Knowledge, look, I know you're one of those knowledge types, where knowledge is power. Knowledge can also be dangerous.
This is true.
Hattie and Sister
He is
Mercy,
correct.
both of you hear a lock turning in the door into this room.
What?
Okay.
How close am I to the door?
You're 10, 15 feet away, probably. You came into where the thing is. However, as you look over at it, there's no one at the door, but you notice in the mirror, standing at the door, is the skeleton who's locked it.
How does the door open?
The door, there's like a handle on the door, but Hattie...
But does it open inward or does it open outward?
This would open inward, probably. But Hattie, at this moment, as you're kind of like looking at this, you notice that there are 13 skeletons in the mirror, not on this side.
Not on this side, but
like it seems like there's 13 that you don't see all of them around you, but then as you, with your sort of larger things, you glance behind you and you see like 4 of them are on this side right now. There actually are some of them who've like, you look around and you're like, okay, they're not all here. Okay, yeah, that one's not there. That one's not there. This one, and then you see there's a skeleton standing right next to you. The skeleton is dressed in kind of old-fashioned robes. The skulls themselves have these like symbols carved into them. Some of which glow slightly with a dark eldritch energy. Mikey's finger is still lifting the thing. The skeleton lunges to attack Hattie. At this point, let's roll initiative.
Oh god. Did I recognize the symbols on their foreheads?
I'll let you do that on your turn.
Okay.
No!
Yes!
No!
Yes! Let's go.
Blasphemy. What's my...
Oh, baby! Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. Present can tell you all about it. All right. Oh boy, I do believe in miracles. All right.
Do you believe in life after love?
And I get to roll my D13. Like it was on it and it rolled off of it.
Well, it didn't get it, so
It's fine. We
Boo
move
to
on.
you.
We're in the middle of one already. We don't need multiples again. All right, perfect. So, friends, with that, has anybody here rolled over a 20? No. Okay. Has anybody rolled over a 15?
I got a dirty 20.
20 for Sister Mercy. All right.
I have a 17.
I also have a 17.
I have an 18.
18. Ooh, Igneous, way to go.
We all rolled fairly high.
And quick question: was there a rest at any point in between our last battle? Was that considered a rest?
Between your last battle, oh, that's right. Oh, you guys are beat up. Amazing. There has not been a rest since your last battle. No.
Was there a rest since the office situation?
you had a rest since then, but not a long rest. You had a short rest, so you could have spent hit dice to heal, which you can definitely have spent.
I didn't need to.
What did you need to recharge?
I wanted it's a long rest is when I get back the cloak, smoke thing.
Yes, your smoke the room.
So I only have one of those left right now.
That's just the racial feature once per day. Mikey, what did you roll for your initiative?
I rolled a 10.
Beautiful. And then
It's not that far apart, but we do continue the thing of most of the party clumped in one spot and party clumped in the bottom.
I mean, it's not even okay. So,
every single time.
Hey, Dr. Soup did a joke about being clumped in the bottom there. You don't want me to make it.
Sister Mercy.
What does that even mean? You keep saying these
see
things. I don't think they mean anything.
But with Mikey, they always mean something.
You see these skeletons appearing. Okay.
Yes.
They're like.
And they're only in the mirror, right?
There are 13 in the mirror. There are 4 in the room with you.
How far away are the ones that are in the room?
I mean, they're all within you. They're all within running distance easily.
Okay. Can I cast Sacred Flame?
You may cast Sacred Flame. And just give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the right.
Also, just getting a grasp on what's in the room. What is in the room? Specifically, things that can break the mirror.
There's a stand that has the record player on it. It's a pretty. There's like a couple chairs. It's like a dance studio, so it's pretty empty.
Okay. I didn't know if they had any special weird modern dance equipment. Who knows?
Some of us might have weapons that could do it.
True. I don't, though.
So, what would you like to do?
Sacred Flame.
All right. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. You did say that. All right. So you glance at one of these things. It rolls a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
A 19 on the die. That is a 20.
Damn it. Okay.
As it manages to avoid. That. That is your action. As a bonus action, anything else?
Can I use Strike of Conviction as a bonus action?
No, that's an action. It's part of making an attack. I also should mention you. I should have done it for here actually. We'll let it roll here. I forgot you are exhausted because you did use your thing, so we should have had disadvantage on various other things. But we'll leave you where you are now in initiative. I forgot about that. All right, but with that, you try to hit it, and it does not. It seems to.
Not that I think it will change things dramatically, but did you add your Jack of all trades to your initiative? Because
Yeah,
you
I did.
Okay.
Sad days. All right, cool. This you've attacked this thing. Wonderful. Igneous, it's your turn. There are these 4 skeletons in the room, and you see that more seem like they're about to come through.
I'm gonna pick up a chair, and then I'm going to shoot the closest one to me.
You pick up a chair as a thing, and you pull out your...
As a shield.
Perfect. Go ahead and take your shot.
That is a 24 to hit.
A 24 definitely hits.
And a 10 damage.
10 damage. Wow. That is not bad at all. You shoot this thing. And it kind of like just chunks of bone and robe go flying. But it is still on its feet.
Ah, bastard.
But the 10 points are well taken. Actually, wait. I'm supposed to do the, yeah. Still up. Hattie, your turn.
Yeah. So there's one right next to me?
Mm-hmm. About to lunge at you.
Certainly. How close is it to me?
It's like 5 feet. It's moving into melee with you.
Am I able to, like, is it far enough that I can use my whip to, like, try to...
Oh yeah, you can hit it with your whip, no problem.
Okay, sure. So we'll do that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I have to roll. That's right. I'm smart. All right, that is 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Yes.
Don't happen to have a plus 11 to that whip, do you?
No.
But what a life that would be. So how much damage we got there?
Yeah. Rolling. 10.
Also 10. Very good. That one is also kind of slightly knocked back, slightly shocked by that. But it's still coming
And-
for you.
Can I use my bonus action to, like, swing myself further away? from
Oh,
it?
sure. You can then bonus action get out of its way. You did attack it before we said it was coming towards you. So yeah, we'll say you're not at 6. So yeah, you can kind of. Where are you swinging in the room? Just.
What is around me?
Based on where they're positioned, if you want to get furthest from all of them, you'd kind of go like deepest into the room because they're all in the mirror, sort of clustered by everybody.
Okay. There's no, like, elevated platform or anything I
Not
could
in
get
here,
up on.
no. It's just like a big dance studio, yeah.
All right. Yeah. No. Then I'll just swing as far away from them.
You swing over
fine.
there, kind of getting away from them. Perfect. Dr. Soup.
Yeah.
Okay. First, I'll go into a flow state as a bonus action.
Perfect.
And are there any skeletons on me?
None in exact melee range with you, no.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is a war pick is basically like a spiked hammer.
Yeah.
Sister Mercy, did you call out that stuff about the mirror?
I did not.
Okay. Then I will just move over to one of these skeletons and I will take a swing at it.
All right.
With the war pick. So that is a 13 to hit.
13. In response, this skeleton gestures with its hand, and a shield of invisible energy breaks up as
this
your
is not good.
pick bounces off of it.
That
And the skeleton, just this dead face, just goes.
Oh,
That is
that's
a
rough.
very unclassic skeleton move.
That's a new one.
Okay, then I guess I will.
That was your bonus action and action.
Yes, I'll just stay there. I'm not gonna try.
Understood. So, in response, it is going to sort of since you are right next to it, that we'll do it this order. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
Indeed.
Okay. 21.
You manage to jump out of the way as kind of like a this kind of just like frosty sort of cloud. Actually, that was a con save. I just realized. Sorry. Either way, you're
23.
Fine. You see like it was like trying to like encase you in this sort of frosty cloud. You managed to get out of the way of it. The one who Igneous is shooting at kind of like waves its hands, and Igneous, it bursts forth with this burst of fire coming at you. Where's my dice for these friends? That will be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And it deals you 4 points of fire damage.
Is that reduced at all since you're igneous?
Hey,
that'd be nice.
Another one is going to shoot a fire burst at Hattie, having swung away. That is a 16. What's your armor class, Hattie?
I think it's 17. No, it's 15. Damn it.
It deals you 4 points of fire as this thing hits you with flame. Between Mikey and Sister Mercy, we'll do evens, Mikey, odds, Sister Mercy. Sister Mercy.
Wait, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Because I'm immune to damaging spells that produce smoke.
You're not
Ooh,
immune to
that-
fire damage. You are literally immune to any spell that has the word fog or cloud in it.
Vapors.
Got it. I had to ask.
No one can give you the vapors.
Exactly. This one is going to shoot some fire over at old Sister Mercy as well.
She's not that old.
Really high on these.
She's in her
That is
30s.
21 to hit.
That
your-
definitely hits.
Okay, cool. So that will be 4 points of fire damage to you. My damage rolls have been low, but they've all hit you with this. 2 of them are sort of been destroyed, and there's like leaking more bones off of themselves. That is their round. Mikey, you see this happen. What are you gonna do? There's 2 that have taken pretty substantial damage.
All right, so first of all, I'm doing this only because I know I just want to accent have been going like almost doing a Dustin Howell type deal. All right. So like, look, I know because I've had to get out of scrapes before. I know you don't leave things unsolved, so I'll take the record off so I don't drop the needle back down.
Damn you! Damn you!
Hold on to that, and then I'm going to So some of these skeletons are a couple of them look pretty busted.
A couple of them look real busted.
So then I'll look at one and I'll use my songbud and I'll say, "Welcome to Hastilies, baby!" And I'll try and hit it with a.
The rest of you notice. Go ahead and make your roll. The rest of you basically see like the air in front of Mikey's mouth, almost like warp with like the sonic waves as his piercing voice shoots forth right at the head of this.
That's a 19 to hit.
And they cannot even shield that. That is a hit.
For a total of a total of 10 points of thunder damage.
As he sings right at the head of this thing, and this kind of this laughing sort of Lich who just lit Hattie or Sister Mercy aflame, kind of glances over as its head is impacted, and then the skull shatters. However, out of the skull,
Oh no.
in perfect Ignador fashion, from the holes of the eyes as they fall apart, you see a snake, and then another, and soon there is this swarm of snakes on the ground, these little vipers, poisonous snakes, kind of
I hate
swirling
snakes.
there, on the ground.
Oh no. Yikes, that's not fucking good.
yeah.
So-
I'm really glad you rolled a 5. real glad you rolled a 5.
Okay. Yikes. Okay. Now I'm looking around these people I'm with. Who's not looking? Anyone here? I know there was a fight earlier. These people look busted up at all. People I'm with, not the skeletons.
I'm tired.
Who's hurt?
I'm
Fatigued.
I'm hurt.
She's exhausted. Igneous is physically hurt.
I am the picture of health.
Okay. I'm gonna say, hey, Brickman,
Yeah.
you're looking good, and I'm gonna heal you. Do a healing word.
Hey,
That's 7 hit points to you.
Hey. Hey.
that's
Thanks, buddy.
That's a great healing word.
I thought you just
Hey,
cared
only
about
the best
yourself.
from Mikey Santangelo.
Oh.
I owe you.
And we'll talk about who owes who later. I'm just gonna
alright.
back up, back up like 10 feet from some of these.
Kind of just
Actually,
kinda- and you're taking the record with you. It sounds like.
yeah, were they all coming in the door?
No, they're coming through them. It seems like some of them who are in the mirror, they've just all appeared in the mirror, and 4 of them are on both sides, and the other 9 are like ready to come through.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like kind of make my movement towards the door.
Understood. All right, you can get to the door. The door does appear to be locked.
Okay.
Um,
Deal with that next turn.
Perfect. With that, we come to Sister Mercy. Now roll for snake initiative.
Can I grab the nearest chair and throw it at the mirror?
Absolutely. Make an athletics check. At
This is either going to
disadvantage
bring them
because you are
all
exhausted.
into the room or
At disadvantage?
Disadvantage, you are exhausted.
2.
So basically,
no.
Sister Mercy like picks up a chair and throws it, and it kind of like slips out of her hands, and it kind of just like bounces off the wall. So that's your action, bonus action. Anything else?
Can I run toward the door?
You can run past. Yeah, you got extra movement. There's like a bunch of snakes now that are like kind of like moving to be near the door. But I'll say that you can use all.
Oh,
your
they're
movement.
moving toward the door?
Yeah, they're moving to kind of like. It looks like. You're not sure what they're doing, but they seem to be like they see people going to the door and they're slithering in that direction.
I would like to move to wherever nothing is.
Understood.
I would just like to move. I know I can't disengage, but I would like to be away.
Nothing's in melee with you right now. Yeah, you can sort of
Okay.
move out of the way. Very good. All right,
Yes.
Igneous, what's the plan? Got your thing up.
Yeah, is there another injured one around me?
Yes, there is another injured one.
I'll take another shot at that one. I think I have one. Yeah, I have one more.
You probably have one more before you have to reach.
More
over.
bullet.
Perfect.
That would be a 13 to hit.
That one is an injured one, has not yet used its shield. It puts up this shield, and your lightning kind of like bounces off and hits the ceiling. And again, from within this like brief barrier of magic, this undead spellcaster just goes.
And for my action, I mean, would I have noticed in what's going on what Sister Mercy was trying to do?
I think you probably did, but your action was taking your shot.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So you see what she was trying to do, and perhaps on a subsequent turn you could attempt to do that. But
and I guess I'll move a little closer toward the door as well.
okay. So basically, you guys have all kind of headed over there towards the door. Perfect. Okay. Dr. Soup.
Me? I thought
Yes.
Hattie was before me.
It is Hattie. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Okay, so when I swung away, did I swing towards the door or away from the door?
If you were trying to avoid them, you would have swung away from the door, unfortunately.
Of course. Fantastic. How far away is the door now?
The door is I mean, it's not a huge room. Like, the door is even just like a moving for you. The problem is at this point, 3 skeletons and a bunch of snakes are between you and the door, so I don't think, unless you want to spend your action disengaging and running over there, I don't think you have a path where something's not going to try to attack you.
I can't swing over them?
I'll tell you what, if you will be swinging, I'll give disadvantage on their attack roll as you pass by, because you're a little high.
Okay. So I can try to swing to get past them. Is that still my bonus action? Can I do something first?
You could do that as your bonus action, yes.
Excellent. Would I have noticed what Sister Mercy was attempting to do?
I think you did. So are you swinging first, then doing something?
I'm trying to decide if I should do this first or after. Yeah, I'll swing first and then.
All right, so you swing first. That means that you're not. The snakes are sort of close to the door, so you're just going to be getting a melee attack from just one of these skeletons, who sort of reaches up. And they are rolling so good. It's a 19 on the die. So that is going to be a 22 to hit you.
That is a hit.
And they are just slashing at you. I do, however, roll again terrible on damage, so it is 4 points of damage as they slash at you, but you do manage to get past.
Okay. And as I see the snakes, I'll just go, oh, it's always snakes. Good thing I'm not afraid of these ones.
That's solid. That's very solid. See, I like character-based comedy just as much as puns, you guys. That's good. That's good stuff.
Okay, so then when I land, can I take out one of my revolvers and shoot the mirror?
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, let me roll. 17, 22.
With a 22, you do hit the mirror. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh, I rolled 6. Nice. So that's 9.
So you
Nice.
shoot the mirror. Glass explodes. I will say in one of these mirror panels, it seems like 2 of these things, like as they fall, are like no longer reflected, and you see them reflected in the shards in different places. They're still there on the ground, like looking up, but now like fractured around, like looking confused.
Ah!
All right. That is action and some movement and bonus action. Dr. Soup.
I guess the one near me is the one that did the cold attack.
Correct.
I guess he's here. I'll just take another swing at him.
Okay.
With the war pick. Oh my god, it's terrible.
Stop.
It's 10.
Oh.
10.
No.
Could be worse.
Their AC is 11, so it really does just. That's go ahead and throw up that. Missed by 1.
It's my namesake.
Attempt to attack it, you just cannot hit.
Then, oh wait, I can do these as bonus actions.
You can. You have a lot of bonus actions since you're in a flow.
I do. Right. I'm sorry. Then I'm gonna. Let's go ahead and do a classical technique.
All right.
I'll do it for the same skeleton.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make a professor attack. All right. So that is where are you? That's a 21 to hit. Oh,
Nice.
it's a natural 13.
I know it is because
Ah!
I knew that. I knew it. I knew
You're
it.
Of all the days to hit what you need
Damn
to
it!
hit, this is not it.
Go to the corner.
That's amazing. Go ahead and roll a d13.
I'm rooting for the skeletons.
3.
Very good. Horror does not surge atop a surge, but you are getting these kind of these fun skeletons going on. Wonderful. Okay.
And I'll have him make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. A natural 20.
He doesn't have a -5 by chance.
Not.
Dumb skeleton. You know he's a caster.
Very
Just
sorry.
thought I'd check. And I'm just gonna hang.
And in response to that, kind of like you attempting to do this, the skeleton goes kind of.
That's creepy.
It's a
So
horror
creepy.
show. Skeletons get to go, so 3 of them remain. The one you just did that to. Actually, he'll just move in and try to melee you. That he thought you were pretty constitutional, so he's just gonna try to like strike you. I roll a 20 to hit.
Even if I Even if I boost it. Wait! Hang on. I'm already accounting for that. Yeah, go ahead.
That is a 1 on the die, so that is 2 points of damage to you. The next ones, seeing that Hattie is shooting the wall, they're going to take one will take a shot at Hattie. That is a 2 on the die. That one just kind of glances off into nothing. The other one will also attack her. That is an 18 on the die, so a 21. Hattie dealing you 3 points of fire damage. I have not rolled above a. I have not. Actually, I might have rolled a little higher for Igneous. These fire bolts are doing nothing. All right.
Fine.
That is
Fine.
all 3 of them. Mikey, you're at the door. You see snakes moving towards you. There's 3 more of these skeletons, like, attacking. You see some of the mirror has been shattered, and there's weird little things looking up from it.
Well,
On the
and the
ground
door's
shards.
locked, right?
The door is locked, yes.
So I'm gonna look at the lock. I'm gonna go. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. And just singing the lock.
All right. So you sing it a lot. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Natural 20, baby.
Nice.
Hey.
All right.
Very nice.
25.
Mikey, you old ham.
So that's 10 and 5 plus 3 is 19 points of damage to the lock.
Yeah. That's very impressive and cool. And I think, actually, though, oh my god, a lot is about to happen. Okay, so you do it at this lock, and there's this moment in which, like, nothing happens. Where you're just like, why isn't, like, anything happening? And then you glance over and you see that one of the skeletons who's not made it through, kind of in a different wall panel, is, like, at the lock that you, like, has, like, turned the lock inside the mirror. And that you've just, like, attacked that, and it's, like, holding it in this odd way, sort of looking at you. But based on how much damage you did, in response to that, you see its hand beginning to vibrate, and suddenly, like the lock does explode both in the mirror and outside. And because you deal double damage to glass, that mirror piece also shatters completely, and the lock that you sang at with total force, just very casually just unlocks.
All right. Well, I'll use my object of interaction to open the door, and
Open
I say, normally I say ladies first, but sometimes the guy's gotta go for himself. But if you all follow me, let's skedaddle. And I'll move 25 feet out the door,
Perfect.
down the hall.
So you just begin getting the heck out of there. Speaking of the ladies at the door, so this
Actually,
And they
I'll
said
say- I'll say,
chivalry is dead.
I'll say,
You know, I almost upgraded you from ham to prosciutto, but I'm taking it back.
I'll show you a little meat, darling. Anyway, and before I leave, I'll look at Dr. Soup and say, hey, doctor, keep up the good work, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
Hey.
What size is that right now?
It's a D6,
D6.
right? It's a D. It's
I think
never
it's a D6 at level 3, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you never,
that's
you never
right.
have a
And,
D4.
yeah,
Wait, what size is the inspiration or the meat?
Mikey, you are carrying the record, is that correct?
Yes.
Mikey, that was a cool turn.
Yeah.
That was a real.
Hey,
that was a
Pretty
that was a
solid
cool
turn.
that's what you could expect from Mikey Santangelo,
I mean,
baby.
apparently. So you basically do that, and you rush out. There are these snakes on the ground. They see Sister Mercy and Harriet also at the door. They do get their turn right now.
Wait.
These motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking
We'll
roof.
But
say-
you're a believer. Just pick up the snakes. You're
Yeah.
fine.
You should pick the
I'm
snakes
not-
up and handle them and speak in tongues.
Go into a fervor. Pick
Hattie
up the
should
snakes.
be
You're
really
fine.
scared.
That
So
is
we'll
some,
say
that
we'll
is
say
some
evens they
Texas
come for
nonsense that I do not do.
evens Hattie, odds Sister Mercy.
No.
Okay, I rolled a d20 and I rolled a 13. Now
Oh, I think it counts.
I'm gonna count it. Oh, it's counting. I'll roll the d13 too. What's the worst that can happen? It's a 1, nothing happens. So yeah.
Getting close.
Right there. Boom. Ooh,
So
I did 2.
close.
See,
I
what a
do
what a
not
great
like
celebration of
this.
this game that I've rolled 2 nat 13s and they count. It's so sad
Hate
because
it.
so frequently they don't count for me. So this is a
Oh,
great.
Rude.
I'm happy.
Rude is what it is.
Thank you. In any case, that means they are coming for you, Sister Mercy. So these snakes, and it is not just one snake or two snakes. It is a swarm of snakes, just like
Well,
go all over your body. And to hit you, they roll a 21.
that sure as hell hits.
All right. So first of all, you take 8 points of piercing damage, Sister Mercy.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hold on, let me do math. Okay. Is this a disadvantage?
No, it is not disadvantage.
Well, it's really low either way.
Okay.
It is a 8. An 8.
You have failed, so you take the full additional 11 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Are you still up?
I am still up.
Okay.
Barely.
But basically, these snakes are like biting you. It's like a swarm of them upon you.
Yes.
And
This is biblical.
it's a biblical,
I'm
and part of
prepared.
you is like, sure, okay.
Yeah.
However, Sister Mercy, it is your turn. The door has been thrown open. Oh, wait.
And
but,
I-
wait. Top of the round, I get to roll for wave 2, because there's still a few in there.
Oh boy.
Nothing. Very low. Go ahead, Sister Mercy.
I would like to cast Sacred Flame again and run.
At who or what or where?
At the snakes
Okay.
that are on me.
Absolutely. Sister Mercy, I'm going to mention if you run away from them without disengaging, they can attack you as you leave their reach.
Oh, I can just. Oh, I will just disengage.
You can
I
always-
thought there were
yeah.
like fangs in me.
I mean, there
Oh,
are,
okay.
but so basically, like, think of it like this. In this case, disengaging is you using your action to be like, and then run.
I have never been in this situation. I will absolutely do that. Yes, that and run out the
Understood.
door.
You
Fluff 'em
disengage.
off like
probably.
leeches.
And the number of times Mikey Santangelo's had to disengage, let me tell you.
I did not know
Oh,
that this
many.
week.
So, Sister Mercy, you catch up with Mikey in the hallway about 20 feet away. Wonderful. Okay. Igneous, it is your turn.
So is it, we have, what, Harriet and Dr. Soup in the room still?
You, Harry, and Dr. Soup are still in the room, as are 2 skeletons. However, you now see that 3 other skeletons are now in the room with you. 3 other have passed through the mirror. And what is your passive perception, Igneous? Kind of
I
at the
believe
top.
it's 12.
12. You notice that the ones in the shards are like are a little more active, like the 2 that Harriet shot. Like, you think maybe they'll try to do something not well just for like, doing something, but they seemed like this was their time to pass through and they didn't have a pet thing, so now they're like stuck in a mirror, they're being weird. But there are 3 more in the room, so there are a total of 6 up in the room now.
And I look and see that people are leaving. Slate. And I just get out of here.
Okay,
I disengage and run.
You disengage, you run. Understood. Okay, so you disengage, running defensively. You also get out of the room. Great. Hattie.
Yes.
Snakes just bit Sister Mercy, which apparently is a huge fear of yours, and now, she ran, Igneous ran, Mikey ran. Igneous is like out in the hallway. Mikey and Sister Mercy are like about 25 feet from the door down the hallway. Igneous is about 10 feet behind them.
How far away am I from the door?
You're about 5 feet from the door. You swung over there, so you're.
Oh,
close.
okay. So I can just exit.
You can. You will have to. If you'll have to disengage, unless you are okay with taking an op attack.
Oh, if I disengage, I can't run.
No, you can
No, I
run.
can-
It's just you're gonna have less distance or less. You won't have an action.
I will disengage and
Okay.
exit pursued by a snake.
Exit pursued by a snake. Whiskerina would appreciate that. Yes, you rush out, catching up with the others out there.
All right.
Dr. Soup, you are now alone in a room with 6 skeletons. None of them are I will say that none of these skeletons are like there's no way for you to get out of the room unless you disengage. I'll phrase it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or without taking op attacks.
Right. Okay. So first question is, Mikey, did you take the record with you? I know you took it off the...
Yeah, I got the record.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first thing I'm going to do is take a swing at the skeleton next to me.
Understood.
The one that's I've failed to hit thus far.
Yes, but it doesn't have its shield anymore. You don't know that it only has one, but yeah.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. 10.
Buddy. Hey, you know what?
Hey, you got a bardic inspiration.
I'll give you a +1.
Oh.
You have a bardic inspiration.
Oh, that's right. I have a bardic inspiration. Thank you.
I don't even have to tempt you with cool stuff. You can just do that.
15 to hit.
A 15 does hit.
Okay. So that will be for 5 points of damage. However, I would like to turn this into a teachable moment.
Understood.
And then I will use, since I am in a flow, I will use my bonus action to disengage and head to the door.
So you disengage, leaping over snakes and out of the way of various skeletons. Rad and cool. Okay.
That was the Mikey Santangelo special allowed that one to hit.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Then at this point, so you also, Dr. Soup, are you, I think you're 30. So basically, you were a little further in
35.
the room. So at
35.
this, okay, in that case.
Speed chest.
At this point, as we get out to the room, basically you're all within like 10 feet of each other. You know, like Igneous, Harriet, Dr. Soup a little further back. The rest of you, you know, Mikey and Sister, you guys are just kind of running to try to get out of this theater. At this point, 3 skeletons, 2 of whom are pretty injured, like clatter out of the room after you and seeing you all run. 3 fire bolts are just going wherever. One of them will be reduced by some. So we'll do that one first.
Oh no.
That is a 15. I should roll who they're attacking. This first one is all 5 of you are targets. The first one will come at Dr. Soup, in fact. Does a 15 hit your AC?
It does not.
So basically you're able to get away from that one. The fire impacts on the wall. The next one will take its shot at Igneous. Igneous, this is an 11, which I don't think hits your armor class.
Doesn't hit.
The third shot will go at Sister Mercy.
Oh no.
Sister Mercy does a 14 hit your armor class.
It does.
Now, what is your armor class?
12.
Oh, that's right. And you are not currently in a fervor.
I didn't know I could engage in a fervor because I'm exhausted.
You can do it as many times as you want. You just keep getting more exhausted. It's probably not a good idea to, because it would have cut your movement speed in half when you're trying to run away. You are allowed to. Like, you can kill yourself doing fervors because you can go all the way to 6 and die.
That's the only
That's
limit.
fair.
The limit is death.
I'm not in a fervor.
But yeah, you're not. You probably wouldn't have gone to a fervor here anyway. You're very tired. So, Sister Mercy, this one hits you. How many hit points do you have?
I have 4.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm rolling a d10, so as long as it's a 30% chance you don't fall from this.
Well,
But you fall from this because I hit you for 9. As this one
Is that the one that's the one, not the one that I...
I had the first one be the one who was shooting at you. Okay. So Sister Mercy is hit by flame, and kind of like flame explodes behind her as she sort of stumbles and falls to the ground right next to you, Mikey, speaking of whom. And then basically you see that there are these skeletons like advancing behind you, keeping some distance since they have good range. But Mikey, you look back, there are 3 skeletons, more coming out of the door. It is your turn. What would you like to do? And Sister Mercy has fallen at your feet.
Well, so what I'll do first is I'll say it'd be such a shame for a dame like that to go down like this, and I'll cast Healing Word.
Nice. All right.
At first level on Sister Mercy. You get 5 hit points, Sister Mercy.
oh, thank you.
It's not bad. So Sister Mercy,
Amazing.
You're awake, but you're on the ground.
Hallelujah.
You're prone, but you're alive.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Sister knows that's not the kind of holy
Glory
word.
to God in the highest.
I mean, that's you want to call me, all right. But and then
He's a cunning linguist.
that's not incorrect. And then what? Okay, wait, hang on. What spells? I just got a spell. Okay, wait, hang on. So I saw my act. I'm going to.
I'm still on the floor.
You are.
Yes.
You're prone. Yes.
I am prone. I'm prone.
You're prone.
Mikey!
There's one of those. Hey, look. Only consent will get me to get you there, sister. And then
Yes, pick me up. You have my consent to pick me up.
So there are 3 skeletons in the hallway right now.
3 skeletons in the hallway with more coming.
One of them looks rough.
One of them looks really rough.
All right. I'm just gonna look at one and go, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Think of it. That's gonna be a 15 to hit on the rough one.
The rough one has already used its shield, so it hits.
For 7 points of thunder damage.
Once again, Mikey takes out one of these skeletons, and once again, from the skull emerges several snakes.
All right, and then I'm gonna keep running,
Understood.
just like the base.
And the base keeps running.
Goodbye.
Um,
Adios. You know, we'll just lay here and die.
I mean,
You go before them, so.
no. Well, now the snakes go before her.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then,
well.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
He's
slag,
once
baby.
again going before
Yeah,
Wendy.
however, before that, 3 more of these skeletons come out and start attacking other people. Sister Mercy's on the ground. They will not shoot.
Can I make an op attack though?
No,
Are they
they're,
with the...
no, they're shooting their range stuff.
Oh, okay.
The first one will take a shot at Igneous. It is a 5. The second one will take its shot at Mikey at still not long range because it's firebolt, but that is a 21 to hit.
Oh,
Ow.
And Mikey,
Ouch.
that deals you 3 points of fire damage as you're hit in the back.
It's fine, yeah. whatever.
The third one will take its shot at on the ground plate where it lies, also at Mikey. That is a natural 20. So
That's
it's
what you get
10
for leaving
fire
on the
plus
ground.
whatever I roll on this,
shit.
which is 17.
Yikes.
Okay.
Oh, that's a chunk.
Okay.
That's a chunk of
Yikes.
my
Yikes.
And that is
Mikey's
upon
not
them.
doing great.
Upon them realizing
Mikey, I don't think he likes
that one kind of came out and saw another one dead, and like the one who is still alive from that first group kind of just pointed you out, and like one hit you, but this one kind of goes almost like closing its eye, and then, you know, as if closing its eye to aim, and it shot you. That was a lot of damage. Yikes. Okay. That is their turn. Now the snakes that were just formed, they don't get to go. But the snakes that had just attacked Sister Mercy, they get a turn. So Sister Mercy
Nice.
disengaged and used her movement to run away. These snakes have the same movement as Sister Mercy. So the question becomes, these snakes begin slithering after this group, and are they going to go for the downed person, or will they attack someone nearby?
I don't know. What are they gonna do, Philip?
Dr. Soup.
Yes.
What I want, narratively speaking, I would love to kill Sister Mercy, but what I really want to have happen is for snakes to attack Hattie, just because it makes sense. But Dr. Soup, the die have come to you.
How dare.
How rude.
It's a
And the
19
last
on
one
the
out.
die, and they get a +6 to hit, so that is a 25.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
So that's a natural 20. So 24.
So you beat the DC 10, so you will only take half. So you take 7 piercing, and then you'll take half of what I roll here, which is very high. You take another 7 poison.
Okay, that's significant.
Yeah. Well, otherwise it would have been 15.
Yeah.
So glad you saved. That is those snakes. So Sister Mercy, you see snakes attacking the gremlin behind you. You see Hattie Igneous running. Mikey's a good bit ahead, but now he's like patting fire out of his very nice shirt. You are on the ground. It takes you 15 feet of movement to stand up. But then you have actions, bonus actions, and movement, whatever you'd like to do.
Would like to run away from the snakes.
Okay.
Wait, would that be a bonus action?
To what?
Movement?
No. Only if
Could I
you...
also cast a cantrip?
Yes. So, okay, so here are your options in that case. You can stand up. You'll have to use 15 feet of movement to stand. So you'll have
Okay.
15 feet left. If you want to move
Yes.
more than 15 feet, you'll have to spend your action dashing. And then you could move
Yes.
45 feet, and then you'd be past Mikey. Or you can move 15 feet and use your action to do your cantrip.
I will move 15 feet and use my action. Wait, what?
Yeah, you move 15 feet. Okay, so
Yeah,
you've moved 15
And use
feet.
my action to cast Sacred Flame again
On who?
on the snakes
On
that
the
are nearest
snakes
me.
on Dr. Soup. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Dex save. They have pretty high dex save, actually. But I roll a 7, and they have a +4, so that is an 11. That is below your spell save DC, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. What is your spell save DC?
It's 13. Does that mean anything?
I mean, it should, but no, it's fine. So with that, roll your D8.
Okay. 8.
With 8, because again, Horror Surge monsters are minimum hit points. These usually have 36 hit points from their 8d8, which means minimum is they have 8. And with your 8 points of radiant damage, Dr. Soup, you watch as the snakes on your body are literally burned off in holy light.
Ooh.
All right. Interesting.
Very interesting. Alrighty. Great, Sister Mercy. Igneous, you are up. There are some snakes were close. There's a lot of skeletons, like, behind you now. There's, like, 6 of them in this hallway, like, just preparing to, like, march forward and cast spells. And there's some more snakes coming your way. You certainly see that every time you kill the skeletons, they, snakes come out of their heads.
Mm-hmm. And what does this hallway look like? What's the end that we're running toward?
I will say that you're running towards, like, you know, like, the doors to go outside. Seems we don't need to overly complicate this.
And behind me, Sister Mercy is still behind.
Sister Mercy is
Hattie
ahead
still behind
of you, actually.
Oh, okay. Am I in the back?
You're sort of more toward the back, just based on you hadn't already gotten all the way to the door yet.
Got it.
You're more where, like, Dr. Soup and Hattie are. Sister Mercy's a little ahead. There's, like, she's 20 feet ahead of you because she stood up 5 feet ahead and ran 15.
Got
so
it.
Yeah, she's just a little ahead. And Mikey's further ahead than that, but he's on fire. Not mechanically, just, you know.
I want to keep running, but I want to see if there's anything in the hallway that I could just, like, throw back as an obstacle behind that, you know, maybe would make them delayed.
Do you have any clue points left?
I have 1.
If you would like to spend 1 clue point, I will allow you to kind of try to find, like, the best, you know, slowing defensive measures like that.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to do that.
Understood. Then please expend your clue point. And as you look up around at the ceiling, you do notice there are several like hanging banners and such stuff as that, like showing off various plays that they're doing here. So you feel like knocking those all down might actually, like, give you guys cover against these ranged attacks they're doing. If you kind of like knock down banners that are hanging in the way, so for them to be shooting at you, they can't just kind of pick you off with flaming fingers and such.
All right, this is a Hail Mary, and I go and I pull them down.
All right, make an athletics check. You're doing this on the run, so it's cool, but yeah.
Understood that reference.
The 22.
With Igneous with a 22, Hattie and Dr. Soup, you see Igneous, like, surge forward and start wall running and just pulling stuff down, like, back and forth across the way. And sure enough, you see, like, banners and light fixtures are kind of now hanging a little more in your way. It won't just completely protect you, but it will give you guys some cover as you retreat.
Excellent.
Hattie, it is now your turn. Nothing is in melee with you guys, which is a good situation.
Yeah, I know. Am I able to, like, swing away twice?
Yeah, sure. You can swing through stuff. Yeah, you can swing. I think it's that you bonus action swing, so you can't ever move more than 30 feet on one swing, but you could swing and then run 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. You can. Very good. And then, Dr. Soup.
60 feet of cover.
You've been bit up. There's a bunch of things, but they're all now going through, like some modest amount of cover, all breaking through the doors.
And they're relatively... The skeletons are relatively close, though, right? They're not in melee, but they're relatively close.
They're about 20 feet behind you.
Okay.
They haven't, they kind of came out of the door and stayed there going at ranged attacks. They didn't, pursue you guys for melee.
Then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at one of them, and for a bonus action, I will make I will do a classic technique.
Okay.
Right. So, first off, that is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
So we'll do the wisdom saving throw version of this.
3 plus... Well below your thing. Don't worry about it.
Well, okay. Okay, so then we'll deal with that. We'll subtract from that one's attack. Then I'm just going to look to the next one. Let's say the only one I haven't affected by anything. So there's still 3 in the hallway right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, and I will use my action.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's actually 5 in the hallway. There's 2 and then 3 more who came out after them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will look at one of the ones I have not affected, and I will begin just explaining sort of the history of all those different banners.
Sure.
Every single one of them, and I will do an information flood.
17. Sorry.
All right. And then just
this kind of vaguely bone-looking die has really been going well for me tonight for these skeletons. Let me tell you.
And so then I'll just use the rest of my movement to follow the rest of the group.
Wonderful. All right, so you rush out. Those skeletons, these 2 who remain, one of them is going to make it subtracts a d4 from their attack roll. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is nevertheless going to try to shoot through. Well, okay. Subtract. Go ahead and roll your d4.
3.
Let's see which of the 5 of you is even going. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Igneous, what is your armor class? I know you are carrying a chair, so you can have that on there. Oh wait, you also have 3/4 cover, so it's +5. It can't. You don't have an 11 AC, do you, Igneous? I cannot imagine he has an 11 AC.
No.
I think it's yeah. Okay, so basically, one tries to shoot you and just lights a banner on fire, and that there's smoke, and Hattie looks more at home. The other one does not have that, but is still rolling at a huge thing there. That's a 14. Okay, so it's a 17. Does anybody have lower than a 12 AC? Doesn't even matter who this thing shot at. It is. They're
right at 12. No.
Wasn't it you? So basically, you guys are running out. That wave of them did nothing. Mikey, you are now. They've all now surged past you, except for Sister Mercy. She's still not quite where you are. But you now see that, you also don't see these things. You see some, fire bursting, but Igneous has kind of covered your escape as he, Dr. Soup, and Harriet now rushed past you.
Am I able to get to the door on this turn?
I think with a dash, you can get to the door.
In that case, hang on.
Oh, actually, are you considering trying to help Sister Mercy or something?
God, no.
Okay.
Rude.
Oh, I could be a dancer at the Bad Dragon.
Look, the situation's changed a lot, okay? I
Mikey,
can only
you
save
never
your
say you
skin,
take
and
care
I'd
of
rather
women
save my
ever
own
again.
skin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Selfish.
Boss.
Selfish. The Lord is
Very
watching
good.
you.
That's fantastic.
Hey, look, I want to help. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm still here. I'm still with you guys. I'm real fucked up right now, okay? And I'm gonna then.
So you
I
basically
gotta do me.
you cast invisibility and you make your way toward the door. You're not there yet, but you've
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
all right.
Oof.
More skeletons will
Rough night for Mikey Santangelo.
You are not now seen. These skeletons are rolling. So one is coming at Sister Mercy. Rolls nowhere near high enough with the +5 bonus that all this cover's providing. The next one will take its shot at Sister Mercy. A 2 on the die, that definitely isn't it. Third one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 3 at Sister Mercy. I don't know what to tell you. I rolled the D4 3 times, and they all went for you. Sister Mercy.
Yes.
Your AC is 12, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that means right now your AC is 17.
With the 3/4 cover.
With the 3/4 cover. So as long as I roll under, and their attack is I got a +4. Okay, so as long as I don't... Ooh! If I roll a 13, I get to put it on the dread clock and I hit you. Otherwise, if I roll lower than that, I don't hit you. I roll a natural 1. So, with that, the last banners are now burnt up. Now there's smoke obscuring their way. Snakes are coming towards you all, but they're not finding their way past. They're sort of looking around the second row of snakes. This begins yet another round here. I will roll for the initiative of the other couple who were coming out of the mirror, but by now it's all too late for them. Sister Mercy, it is your turn.
I've disengaged though.
Well, okay, so disengage means...
I will run.
You only need to disengage when you would provoke opportunity attack. Disengage basically means you are moving, like, dodgily. You're like,
Okay.
dude, nobody hit me, do this. So,
I will keep running.
You do that once per turn. So it's like, if you disengage, that means you can move through other creatures' spaces and they can't op attack you.
Never in any of our games have I disengaged and it continued after.
Typically,
So,
yeah. Okay, so in this
I
case,
will
you're just going to
continue to
you're
run.
going to run and dash, and in that case, Sister Mercy,
Yes.
you do push your way out into the night, opening up kind of onto this empty campus, running with various other people behind you. That ends your turn. That is action and movement. Igneous. Sister
Okay, so
Mercy's-
describe.
so
Yeah, how many we still got?
You now can't really see them great either. There's probably like 5 skeletons, maybe more on the way. But you have blocked the hall, and
I'm just gonna keep running.
understood.
I just got to get the flock out of here.
Understood. You run for the door. If it's a dash for you, you will make it out as well. I guess, Hattie, Dr. Soup, are you also just dashing, getting out?
Yes.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, in that
That's
case,
where they all went.
Hattie, Dr. Soup, swinging,
Actually-
running.
I want to hang behind if I'm if I'm not the last person out. Would I be the last person out at this point?
You don't see any more of your allies.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll dash out.
Okay.
But I will just throw one. Let me just do one last professor attack on the
Okay.
classic technique, just in case I get shot at on the way out.
Go ahead. They do have a +5 to their AC because of cover and such.
Philip, it's a natural 13.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
Let's go.
You're so close. One more.
No.
One more, and that's it.
We're on the edge of glory.
That is a 21. So have that one make a wisdom saving throw.
21. Yeah, I can't do any.
And that's a 13 on the D13.
It's a 13 on the D13.
Yeah.
God.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Pierce.
So I've never been happier to already be invisible.
Well, wait, watch me roll something with blindsight. It fails its wisdom save, so good on that.
That's cool. That's real cool.
Go ahead and roll for me a horror surge. Dr. Soup, I would like for you to roll for me a D13.
No.
Okay.
The odds are not.
It's a 12.
Okay, I mean, this is bad because the things just get higher the higher it goes. 12.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to cry.
Yes, do it. Say yes.
Pierce.
The clock is at 12.
Ay.
Yeah.
You can advance this clock. I'll phrase it like this. A horror surge with where you guys are in terms of damage is going to be really bad based on what you just
Right.
rolled.
Right.
If you'd rather, you can roll and advance the dread clock. What you would effectively be doing there is gambling on the idea that... I'll also phrase it like this. I don't know that this horror surge is necessarily a TPK automatically. Like, I think Sister Mercy's in trouble.
Right.
Maybe Mikey can hide.
Adios.
You seem like you're in trouble. Hattie and Igneous have taken some damage. I don't think either of them are at death's door, but it's going to be dodgy for everybody.
Wait, so I don't... I guess finish your proposition because I don't quite understand it yet.
A horror surge is going to be bad. Alternatively, you can advance the dread clock and you were guaranteeing a dread storm.
But no horror surge.
Well,
I
no
see a
horror
dread
surge,
storm.
but dread storms make things happen. There are a few dread storms that could happen now that would be neutral to beneficial for you, but many more of them are probably going to just hit you with different kinds of death. So it is basically, do you want the
We are in
surge?
Heistalese. How could I not be a gambler?
Fair enough.
Baby, let's
All
that?
right. So please,
Red storm
first of
time.
all, please roll me a D6.
Oh,
6.
yes. 13. 1, 2,
2,
3,
3, 4,
5.
5.
Okay.
Six.
So from 12
Why did I
to
go
5.
six?
8? No, wait.
No, that was right. That was right.
It
That was
started
a-
at 12, so 1 got you to 13
Oh.
and then to 6. To 5.
Ah.
So. Ooh, boy.
Pierce, you're a god among men, my friend.
Bye, y'all.
You can
This is a thing.
always count on me to hurt myself as much as possible.
Adios, encante. You know, it was nice to meet y'all.
Okay. Pierce. This
Yes.
is a big roll. I need you to roll another D13.
No.
If there's a number you could roll now that would be...
What was the 13?
No, a 13 would be interesting. If you can roll a 5, you are triggering Ignador. And that thematically is what I want the most.
10.
10 is what we rolled last time, guys.
Oh!
So at this point, I need for, I'm going to need, if we can, I need Rawlings and Dahlia.
Yes.
To please, if you guys can pull up those stats or be ready for
No fucking way.
Oh.
Hold on, let me find Dahlia. Dang it. Alright. Actually, it works because I'm wearing a dress that kind of works for Dahlia as well as evening. Fantastic.
I mean, she's just a brain now, but it's,
Oh,
it's
man.
like it's the headspace.
She's just a brain in a jar.
Literally,
She
headspace. All right.
sort of
It's how she
remembers dresses.
visualizes herself, though.
The dress is
Um,
brain pattern.
You know,
When she's flying the ship
There
has a
were
nice
things
view.
that could have happened tonight where I was going to cut to the two of you anyway, but the dice just sent us because 10 is rocket base 95. So this ship that was circling has come back this very night. Rawlings. Minutes
It's
ago.
the same night.
It's the same night. Just Rawlings, just a few hours ago, you were brought into this room with this brain, this very kind speaking brain, and you asked her questions, she asked you questions, and then you began to remember things.
Hmm?
You began to remember what happened and how you got here to some extent. That's nice. That's some good stuff right there. Is the tying the thing to change. Yeah, that's a good quick change right there. Rawlings, so you have just finished sort of telling you've just finished telling Dahlia what you remember. When red alerts begin on the ship, Dahlia, you are now kind of comfortable enough with these alien creatures that you understand the warnings, and it appears that once again, you are not only being pulled back into another domain as you try to sort of move through the rocket base areas and space, you are being pulled back to the same place that you just were.
Oh, they must have decided to go back and try and get a brain that they wanted from this land, since you're not from here.
I mean, it does make sense that they would. I understand quite a lot about searching for things. Yes. Makes perfect sense.
Can I interface with the computer and find out what they're doing?
Oh, sure. Make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Persuasion as Dahlia. That's a 13, a dirty 13.
Dirty 13. Filthy 13.
A little dirty, right?
Filthy 13.
Dahlia,
so naughty.
You basically communicate with the computer, and the system seems rather distracted on the fact that once again they're having to turn all of their inertial dampeners. But you manage to, be pulled. You understand that this is not intentional. They are once again being pulled from where they were. Even so, they're going to try to make the most of it. But at this point, they seem to be focusing primarily just on keeping the ship from crashing. They should be able to do so, but they're in the midst of kind of a complex thing. However, the doors open, and that alien returns, kind of, tentacles snarling, and it says to you in deep speech, knowing that you speak it, Mr. Rawlings, what is the, basically sort of saying, we have been drawn back to this plane. What is so unique about it? What is so powerful about its pull?
There must be some, there must be tomes of dread here. There must be arcane powers here, other things that are about the nature of all these different domains. There must be artifacts here.
We must try to acquire such things. You must tell us, is there any one or thing we should be looking for?
Do I know what the Tome of 13 looks like? I guess now I would, right?
I don't think you've ever seen it,
Wait,
but you've heard it described, and it would be a book that has the number 13 on it. But go ahead and, with Rawlings' stats, go ahead and do a religion check.
Perfect. That is a natural 20 for a 27.
With a 27, Rawlings, you suddenly have this brain wave. With Dahlia there, yeah, maybe. You basically realize it might look different in the different domains. It might be different in the different domains.
Oh, snap.
So, if we it would have, I believe the common thing with it, there'd be something about the number 13 on this item, on whatever it is.
Understood. Understood. That's a good thing to tell them. In that case, they are going to move off and try to do this. So, I now need Dan, would you, either Dan or Liv, please roll on behalf of Rocket Base 95, and then I would like for Sister Mercy, you typically don't want the domains to go against. Would you please add advantage, roll 2 d20s, and Liv, why don't you roll this first one? You've been with them for longer.
Yeah,
Liv, roll a d20.
I'll roll. My brain is part of the machinery now.
Exactly. So roll a d20.
Wait, so at advantage, I rolled 2 d20s?
You roll 2 d20, so at advantage, roll 2 d20s, tell me the higher.
Oh.
And Liv, what'd you roll?
Rolled a 17.
Yes.
12.
Even with the +2 bonus. So, on a very targeted mission, no longer simply trying to extend their influence as they did in Paradise, where the library used to be. Thanks to the advice of Mr. Rawlings, the aliens of Rocket Base 95 have already scored one victory against this domain. We are now going to cut back. Interestingly, this is not happening in initiative. This ship, Rawlings has not sent this ship after any of you at all. Rain has begun to pour again. This is going to further obscure the attacks from any of these aliens that keep coming for you. So we're going to lose initiative at this point. Igneous, Dr. Soup, Sister Mercy, Hattie are out of combat. You're in the rain. Where are you going? Where are you running? And Mikey, you invisibly are kind of running after them. You're slower than all of them and you're invisible, but it would take very good perceptiveness in such a heavy rain to notice that there's like a dwarf-shaped kind of, hole in the rain.
Yeah.
Certainly not the passive of the group. So, I think, Sister Mercy, you were the first out. Where are you leading everyone? Are you going back to the offices? Are you
Yes, wherever is familiar to me.
Understood. You will run back to the offices. Is everyone following her?
Yeah, that's where I would want to go as well.
So in that case, we will get to the offices where you all kind of run in. The building is still without power. Sorry, you might want to go one way or the other. I'm sorry, Dan.
No. I'm having fun with this. This is gonna be a bit.
Perfect. It's a bit. But you all managed to get back into the now dark sort of faculty building where the offices were. The door kind of closing behind you. If you'd like to make a perception check at disadvantage, anyone, as you look out to see if you're being followed, you may do so.
I will.
Okay, Sister Mercy kind of peers out. So at disadvantage, which you already are at disadvantage because you're.
Yeah. 11.
11. You just see rain. You may all take a moment to catch your breath, have any discussions. Hattie, Igneous, Dr. Soup, Sister Mercy. You are all banged up, though. I mean, it's dark times.
It's a 4 now to clear my mind, right?
It is a 4 to go. Yeah, it's however many times you've done it. You always add one more. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so no.
No. Okay, understood.
I rolled a 3.
So, Mikey, you see the doors close. You were kind of running through the rain. Are you going to go back into that building as well?
Yeah.
All right. So, the rest of you notice the door open on its own.
It's me.
Oh, shit.
Man.
You see nothing, Igneous. There's no one there.
Didn't he say it's me?
It is who?
You hear it, but you
Mikey.
don't see him.
Oh, he said it. He said it's me though.
I don't drop invisibility.
Oh, right. You could just drop it. For some reason in my head, I was like, oh no, how could he? Yeah, you could just drop concentration. So basically, Mikey appears, Mikey appears before you.
Well, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it was a lot. Man, this is a rough night. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
This is the first
I've
time
had some rough nights in Heistalies, but this is easily top 3.
I'm going to need to rest after this.
You let the ladies defend for themselves, Mikey.
Yes.
Hey, I turn around and you see my back, and like the suit and the shirt is just burned through. My back is just like one big like burn wound. Hey, how am I supposed to perform with stuff like that? Like I am sorry. I woke up.
Did you get some performance
Your
anxiety?
face.
Look, it's happened to the best of us, okay? I see someone for it. But look, okay. I got the system back up, okay? I did a little bit of my job.
No, let me correct you. You did heal me, and I thank you for that. I am a healer myself. You did not get me up. You left me on the floor.
Look, takes 2 to tango, Toots.
Yes, and you must tango standing up, which you did not let me do. So we will discuss this later.
Mikey, it's at this moment you realize one small thing. But before we find out what happened, I need you, Mikey, or you, Dan, please roll on behalf of Rocket Base 95. Roll a D20. Pierce, why don't you roll 2 D20s and tell me the higher number?
Oh boy. Poor girl.
Did you do it?
Stop.
No, I rolled a 2 and a 3.
No.
Unless it's
That's
such a
real
waste.
bad news.
I'm
This is going to
sure.
break my streak of defending the home plane. So it's a 3.
That's no good.
Dan?
19.
No.
Rocket Base did the research before coming back.
Yeah.
So, Rocket Base, here's actually what happened because that was such a decisive victory. Dahlia, we're gonna like cut to the bridge of the ship where Dahlia's brain has like kind of gone through some tubes and now you're floating in one of the brain jars on the bridge of the flying saucer. Rawlings, you're there as well, helping them with their analysis. They sense an object of some power to this world. They sense something that perhaps in Merkshire would have been a book. Here it appears to be this circular, or this kind of this flat disc that contains music, and it's being carried by an invisible creature down below. They see it on sensors through the rain. Rawlings looks at it, and it seems to refer to Ignador. This is not what you're looking for. This is not the big one. So they continue on.
Yeah.
They know their time is limited, and with the 19, rather than settling for your little disc, they're moving on. They're going for the big one. And in fact, with this second roll, they have picked it up. They are now going to try to get it on their next roll. And in fact, because you guys are taking a thing, I think we will make it to this point. Let's just go ahead and roll this. Dahlia and Rawlings, you watch as this flying saucer is covering massive amounts of ground across High Stalese. And you notice on sensors behind you almost a claw or this appendage of mist is coming down from the sky, chasing it, trying to get it out. But it cannot catch this saucer. Thanks to Rawlings' suggestion and now some just strong rolls from these people, you guys are managing to potentially gather one of these tomes, or whatever this text would be here. And interestingly, it appears you're going towards what they say their scanners are identifying as a movie palace. It appears to be a large theater. And Rawlings, you see, perhaps you might have even seen prototypical concepts for this, but you see kind of like on their sort of holographic screens coming up, these canisters of some kind of film that are rolled very tightly.
Well, I mean, I have seen film. I mean, they're all
Yeah, you understand cameras, but the idea that this is like sequential ones played for motion is a fascinating idea, but it appears that
Does Dahlia get kind of like wistful? Can she do the equivalent of like what a brain does when it cries?
Oh yeah, Dahlia begins kind of like the brain jar you're in begins to like bead, and like the condensation goes down, and Dahlia imagines like dates at the Rogue Theater she never was able to go on with Oksana.
Well, and also I wanted to be in the film.
Oh, and she could have been a big movie star.
Could have taken Oksana to the movies.
You could have taken Oksana to your premiere.
It's starting to overload my mind. It's too painful.
In fact, they need to unplug you from the ship because you're draining power to thrusters. In any case, they are heading for the theater. All right. Zane, I need you to roll 2d20 and give me the higher number. And actually, I'll go like you do get to add 2 to this. And Liv, can you please roll a d20?
Get to add 2 to it.
Add 2 to it.
Liv, do this for us.
You know what's amazing? I just rolled a nat 20 and a 1. That was pretty amazing. And
Yeah, well,
take that nat 20.
You have to
I rolled a 12, so the nat 20 beats.
So basically, this ship has been doing so good, rather than like altering part of this town, which is what they usually do. Rocket Base 95 is on a mission for the first time in this kind of infringing. And Rawlings and Dahlia, you see this theater ahead of you. And you're like, this is what we need. Like, Rawlings, you're sure that in this building there is something, they need to just suck this building up and take anything. Like, in this building, within this canister, is the text you seek. And just as the ship gets to it, mist begins to pour up around, knocking it aside. However, you're still winning 2-1. It is no longer a full decisive victory, but the ship is trying to recalculate. Only now, simply if you'd gone 3-0, you would have just grabbed the thing and like
Grab
win.
the
Now
disc
there's some more complexity going on here. So, is there anything Rawlings or Dahlia want to suggest as suddenly the mist is like impinging on your ability to get to this place? Is
Like,
trying
the
to
ship
pull
was-
you out of it?
The ship was affected by my emotions, and that's why the mist
Oh
got-
yeah, that's what happened. Let's do that.
I guess I simply don't know enough about the functionings of the ship to know the mist. I don't know enough about
I don't suppose there's any way I can outperform the mist.
or is there
Dahlia,
like some kind of like check I can make to be like of what I know about this place so far that might help?
make a history check, kind of just your brain, what you remember, all that kind of stuff. Sure.
If I'm plugged into the ship, can I use my acrobatics score to like help us try to evade the mist?
I'm gonna let you make a performance check. I'm gonna let you try to dazzle the mist, actually.
Oh, okay.
21 on my history check.
With a 21 on your history, Rawlings, you begin saying things about the nature of this plane. Interesting to you, Dahlia, this sounds just like, it sounds like you're in a sort of, like an old noir movie or whatever. So you have a sense of how you should kind of, maybe what this could do. And
Like Catherine Hepburn.
yeah, and so basically you begin, just like, you take over like the projectors and you begin calling out, trying to almost distract this mist by words that it would care about, by emotions, by feelings that it would engage with. So make your performance check.
I just did, and that's an 18 plus 8 is 26.
26. I set the DC for this at 25. So for the next roll, Dan, if you will please roll for Rocket Base 95, and Pierce, if you will please roll for Heisteles not at advantage.
Got it.
The home field, you still have a +2
One.
bonus, but it is no longer at advantage.
Okay.
Like, I'm wondering what die I should use. I'm just gonna use the same die I've been using all night.
I think so.
7.
10.
And the mist is distracted by the words Dahlia says. It is distracted by this impassioned plea. It feels some momentary uncertainty, affinity, as it pleads for... as basically it toys on what the mist always wants, which is... or not even the mist itself, specifically the sort of the sensation of this place. She toys with Heisteles itself. And you all see the beam of light from the center of the saucer is able to achieve focus. It breaks through the stone or the brick wall of this theater. Yeah, I was about to say. And it is scanning through, and Rawlings, you see that being pulled up through this beam are these almost like hexagonal sort of, or sometimes these round, these like metal canisters, just all sorts of, a few are being broken apart and like reels of film are tumbling out here or there. It's taking basically the entire collection, everything it can from the storeroom. But Rawlings, just for whatever it is, regardless of your passive perception or anything, you feel it before you see it. You see a canister being pulled up and emblazoned on the side of it. X1 1 1. The ship continues pulling it up. The mist at this point realizes what's happened. It's trying to sort of jostle the saucer. It's trying to hold these things back. It doesn't understand exactly. It's been distracted. It's been Heisteles knows that it's being played, knows that something it should have been looking out for, something it didn't realize it had, is being taken by someone else. But the aperture of your ship closes. All cargo delivered. and the vessel begins tumbling backwards, turning off all of the thrusters, trying to keep it out of the mist. The mist itself now, not this tendril that was sort of chasing you that seemed to be a part of Hystales, but the mist itself pulls the ship back, and suddenly you find yourselves. This is the first time you've seen this, Rawlings, emerging from a purple-colored nebula in the depths of space. The mists here are of a different nature entirely. The ship tumbles for a moment before regaining its gyroscopic gravitational pull. The alien sort of looks at you and says, "Your guidance was much appreciated, Mr. Rawlings. I believe we have acquired something useful."
I have no words for this.
You need none. We will permit you to study this work.
Thank you so much.
Your insights may be useful. It turns to Dahlia. Yes.
What about me?
I guess. It does appear that this text is in a narrative format. You are a performer, an actor, a professional liar. Perhaps your insights will be useful as well.
Well, I wouldn't call me a liar. Guess that's a way to spin it. You know, it might be a lot easier for me to help with the professional lying if I had my body back.
Your body has already been converted to biological fuel. However, I suppose there may be some advantage to having you capable of fully employing your charismatic abilities.
What does that mean?
You both turn as a wall panel begins to open. Mist and smoke pouring out of it, cryo chamber opening. And a familiar figure walks out. For a moment, Dahlia, you think it looks just like you. Until you realize that it's Chrome. This robotic, chrome-plated version, mirroring you, just as beautiful, but now cold, aloof, both lifeless and shining more brightly, is presented. Yes, the alien says. Perhaps you will be more useful to us. This way, indeed. Analysis. Yes. We will now synthesize popcorn, as that is the customary thing to do when watching a motion picture. And the alien turns. Dahlia, as you look at this chrome reproduction of your body that your brain is about to be put inside, Rawlings, as you see this technological marvel created, and yet you know that what awaits you in a screening room somewhere far outweighs its significance. That is where we're ending tonight's episode.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Talia just starts, like, screaming in her own mind.
Dude!
In horror
Wow.
and anguish.
Oh my God.
I'm very surprised. Mathematically, it was extremely improbable. It was not like impossible. It's improbable that you guys got that rocket base 95.
We had, I would say about, but not precisely, like a 1 in 13 chance.
I mean, there were also, yeah, just the fact that even could happen. Man, dice are so cool to us, guys. That's the main
Dice are
point.
sick.
Also, the thing I really want to point out is that we're basically back where we started.
Yeah. Happy 39th episode.
Happy 39th
Yeah,
episode.
happy
guys.
You're welcome.
Third
Yeah.
13th.
I say to those of you on my Zoom screen here, thank you all so much for playing in this game. I appreciate it so much. You guys are so willing. I mean, there's not many D&D games that request you jump between characters the way this one occasionally does, and I'm so happy you guys are able to do so, and it's so fun.
It's fun.
And
it.
and we got a horror surge tonight. I mean, just so much was going on.
All of your
and-
dreams came true, except no one died.
And
Knock on wood.
I really thought I was gonna get sick. When Sister Mercy was on the ground and more snakes were coming, I was like, I got her, because it'll be
Yeah,
at advantage.
Mikey did what he could, you know?
Mikey, yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, guys, that was really cool. Also, not noticed at this. Also, you rolled that 13 with a Horror Surge 13 on it at a really inopportune time, because you were about to hear Lich start saying some of the words that are that are in that that movie. So yeah, amazing. Well, thank you all so much for playing this, and also I want to say thank you to everyone who watches this game. We super appreciate you guys who are sort of hanging in with us. We know this is a weird game, and I feel like we've got some people who are now even like going back and watching old episodes and realizing stuff. And sort of seeing some like kind of the weird little things that have been seeded the whole time, which is really cool.
I just have to say one thing.
Please.
Robot vampire romance.
I need it. I need
it too.
I need the pulp cover.
Lesbian robot vampire romance.
I need a pulp artist to do
Only
this.
here, folks.
I think you just filled out my genre fiction bingo card.
Yeah. Amazing.
Well, the dice did.
The dice
to be
did.
fair.
That's true. The dice.
So
Hey,
good
you know
dice
what?
work.
I know this is weird. Thank you to all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank my OG dice. I want to thank my gemstones, my metal. I want to thank the dice. That
Oh
came
God,
from
we're gonna be here all
Valentine's.
night if he thanks all of his
I want to
dice.
thank
Hey,
this.
it's a lot.
I want to thank my new set that was actually part of my original plan for what would happen. This can I show I can show these off, right, Pierce? Is that okay?
Yeah. They're for this game. So.
I got a set from Pierce that, and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see this in here. Let's see if anyone can just determine, because if you had not included a little sheet, like a little stat block, I think I would have known what these were.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a set of dice that Pierce did me. They're in kind of like a translucent pink. You see there are
that's
some
big.
eyes. There's some eyes in there. See, they're googly eyes. They move.
Oh, googly eye
And then on
dice.
the other side, I don't know how well you'll be able to see what those are. Those are teeth.
I was gonna say, are those teeth?
So this is a set of dice that have teeth and eyes suspended in a pink goo.
Are those real teeth?
They're shark teeth. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
like fossilized shark teeth.
Do you know what in D&D is nothing but eyes and teeth in a gelatinous pink substance?
Oh,
Oh shit.
gibbering mouther.
Correct. So I had an early thought. There's a character, bit of a spoiler, because we'll still be in Heist Elise next week. There's another lounge singer in town that is a gibbering mouther. I was real excited for you to like have like a singing, whatever thing with this thing. So
I'll also point out one other detail for you, Philip, about
Yes.
those dice. The color that is inked with is a purple. It is called People Eater.
excellent. It's people.
They're-
Oh, that's great. These are super fun. Thank you so much for these. These are great, and I welcome to the team. Thank you all for everything you've done. A big shout out to you for tonight. You're really appreciated. You got a 13 for me as well. Thank you. So anyway, I just want to say thanks to people, thanks to things, thanks to places such as Heist Elise and
Thanks to concepts.
Rocket Base
Thanks
95.
to you for creating this
Yeah.
dreadful
Absolutely.
Like,
world.
you do the
This
bulk of the
dreadful
work.
world.
Thanks
Sure.
to V for stealing Maisie from the vault and then wanting to hook up with Dustin Howell.
You know what? You're welcome. And she never did.
Boy.
You know,
Wanting
thanks to the fleecing schemester.
That's
really.
it. Fleecing Schemester is my
Fleecing
boy. Oh, the Fleecing Schemester are
I
going to
love
be
that
so...
Dan said thanks to me, and then Lauren said you're welcome.
Wait, what?
So
No,
Dan was saying thanks to me, and then you said,
Thanks
you know
to
what,
me.
you're welcome.
to V.
That tracks. Oh, yeah, V. My character.
He was saying thanks
Top
to her
Flight.
character from Top
Because
Flight who called
I-
her.
Oh, okay. I thought she was saying you're welcome to Dan saying thank you to me, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that also tracks too.
Thank you,
Either
Vic.
one's plausible. This was an awesome episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for backing that Kickstarter with all these crazy noir
Yes.
characters in
Yes.
Thank
there.
you so
Had a lot
much.
of fun there. Is there anybody else we should thank tonight, Zane?
Yes, we have Muskie resubscribed for 1 month this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Muskie. Someone named Steinbergler, somebody in this room, in this Zoom
I'm
chat,
an ungrateful bastard.
gave out 5 community subs tonight.
That's
so
really
humble,
nice of you
so
to do.
honest
Thank you for doing
and
that.
generous. We had Apostrophe This give out 5 community subs this evening.
Aw,
Thank you.
And
Wow.
and then we had Muskie and then Brininger. I think I said it right this time, right?
Yeah,
Viking
I believe that's correct.
shared with
Brininger,
some
I think,
bits
yeah.
with 100 bits tonight. I didn't even get bits, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, thank you for the bits. We got
Yeah.
we got to figure out channel points.
Skittles and
Lauren
bits.
was telling me about that
Yeah.
today.
But yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was wonderful action this evening. Thank you
super
all.
fun
Thank
one.
you, everybody.
We got so much more fun stuff coming for you on Saturday. We got Here Be Dragons. That's also in a Domain of Dread right now, so check that out. They're Dragonborn. They're going to go through some dungeons. It's going to be rough, but they got treasure. On Mondays, we have Temple Flight, our superhero game.
Top Flight.
And it's called Temple Flight right now. It's the name of the series at present.
Top Flight.
There's a new character in Temple Flight who's kind of helping them out. Her name is Present. And we may have explained that basically in the world of Top Flight, apparently Santa Claus delivers presents across the globe thanks to time travel magic he got from the great old ones. So that's the kind of superhero stuff happening. Now there's a former Christmas elf gonna help them try to reset the time stream. And on Tuesdays we've got Gray in the Dark. Last time I thought that nothing would get filthier than the sessions of Wild Beyond the Witchlight when I had Liv and Laura and Lauren, just the horny triplets. But it's gone further. They're investigating like this. They're investigating. There was a cartoon dominatrix, and they're like trying to call all her old clients, and we've determined some really upsetting new terms. I don't know what an ink bath is, but some guy paid a lot of money for one. Anyway, so that game's got some stuff going on in it as well.
This channel is 18 and over, folks.
Yes, this channel
so...
is for
18 and over, and not for prudes.
boy.
But if you have your parents sign a release form, it's okay, right?
No.
I don't want to get into that.
I mean,
Also, Philip, we did have several people in the chat ask about like what classes and races we were playing. So,
Oh, yes.
And they were asking about the Kickstarter, which we funded.
We funded the
Yeah.
Kickstarter, so yeah. And I think that once that's like the book should be releasing in like late June. And
We'll
at that
definitely
point,
hype it up.
At that point, we will also have, if you are just coming to us after the Kickstarter, we'll have some way for you to get it. We're still working on that out. Right now, we're still like trying to figure out like exactly all the artwork we're gonna get. We're
Right.
super excited about it. I also will mention though, I don't know that it necessarily will be illustrated. I'd love to maybe try to illustrate some of this stuff. Dan was playing a traditional class subclass that I'm going to include in that book as well. He was playing kind of like the you want to tell them what the college is called?
Well, the College of the Nightclub.
And,
and you just being a crooner.
You're a crooner. You actually use your voice.
Nice.
You make an attack roll and you kind of do like a sonic attack.
Honestly, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty busted. I
It
mean,
is.
it's great.
It is, but it doesn't like it. You're never more than than somebody with like an axe.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's strong, but it's like it's not even. It doesn't scale up like a cantrip. It's just,
It definitely. Like, I feel like the first 3 levels you have it's really strong, and then it kind of balances
then it
out.
kind of calms. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, give him a strong.
Oh, we're
thing.
level 3 now, so you know.
Bards, yeah, you're right at the sweet spot of where it feels rad.
Yeah.
So that's a fun one. So we have all these classes. I'll put in the Discord actually like some kind of like like pre-release explainer just of what all those classes are. I'll try to put that on the Kickstarter page as well, just so like we, you know, and we've got them on our Instagram, which is at Long Lost Lore RPG. I think there's some links to those on our Twitter as well, at Long Lost Lore. So yeah, just check all that stuff out. But it's some really fun, cool classes, and those will be coming out this summer. Well, that's a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Is there anything else I should say?
I'm sorry to your players.
I'm sorry to you. Why are you sorry to my players?
That's what you should say.
Oh, am I?
No.
Yeah,
He's not.
I'm fine with it. We are going to we're going to sign off here. In that case, we're going to have a couple seconds of our closing screen, but then we're going to kick you guys over to a raid. We're going to be raiding Behold Roleplay. So
They are playing some D&D and raising some money for Extra Life.
wonderful!
Oh,
What a
yay.
good thing for them to be
Good.
doing. All right, so thank you all so much for watching us tonight.
All next time.
Oh, that said invalid username. Hold on. I'm trying to do the thing. I know. We're on stream right now. Ha.
Good hand.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Wait. What am I doing wrong?
Nope.
Am I typing it wrong?
Yes. I think there was.
I did it
space.
wrong. I did it the opposite way. Everybody leave me alone. God, what a cool night to ruin here. All right. We will be
39th
going.
episode.
We will be
And
going
ruin
to
the end.
Behold Roleplay in just a few minutes. Until next time, have a dreadful night, and may you survive the night. Bye bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh.